It had been respecting the 10 basically since we started trading at 9:30. This is the deepest retracement it's had on the day. I'm talking about CDE. Last one. Let me know when you're ready, boys, by the way. And then EOSE hanging out at the day high, 1593. This one feels like it might want to break into 16 at some point in the day. It is up. Let me just see over here what it's up because it's not updating. I apologize. EOSE is up 7.25%, but a big move off that 1383 low, now 1593 high of the day. So it's been a very, very good day in the world of small cap gappers. A lot of them didn't give up the ghost. Like usually when we're reviewing and we're just about to get off the screen, a lot of these ones are below VWAP. They have like that V-shaped upside down V retracement. You're not seeing that today. So good strength on the small caps as the Russ into new all-time highs as we speak, up 1.17 on the verge of taking out 2,600, guys. Joey, send them off.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope everyone's had a fantastic session. I hope Sharif and I brought to you guys some good risk management, getting out when you're supposed to, taking the trades when you're supposed to as well, too. You can see it displayed on our screen right now. As for the TQs, earlier in the morning, getting out on Netflix. Whoever took that Netflix short, nice work. I'm glad that everyone had a fantastic day. Sharif and I will see you. Same bad time. I thought you were going to. I was waiting you to finish it off. I don't know, bro. All right, we got it, man. There's a little delay, but hey, that's what it is. All right. I hope everyone has a fantastic one.
All right, what's up? Thanks, boys. We're just sitting back down now. Pretty good lunch, I'd say overall.
What lunch?
You still got eat? You still got your fried.
I'm still hungry. I didn't even eat lunch.
Let's see what that fried chicken looks like. I guess you can't really see it in the. You have this saran wrap on there.
No, because I put it aside because we're going out for lunch. I'm like, it's fried chicken. How can I not eat it?
But it's like no one can see it, is what I'm saying.
I'm going to open it up.
Yeah.
I apologize if I eat fried chicken on the show, everybody.
No, you don't. You don't. For that one. You're loving the fried chicken. All right, so.
Right, I really don't apologize.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you're not apologizing for that. Come on now, but welcome back, everybody. I hope it was a good midday show. Look, it looks like the Nasdaq's battling back. We're still long in that same position on the TQs from here. We got filled on the way out. That looks actually pretty decent here. Like, look at that.
Biscuit.
No, I don't want any, man. No.
Okay.
We went to this nice Italian place there. It was pretty good, man. The polpette there, the meatballs was amazing. We had burrata. I don't like
wasting food. I can't. I can't.
My lunch is still over there. I don't know. Yeah, it does look pretty good.
It really does.
What kind of pieces of chicken are on there? Is that a drumstick or what? I like a thigh.
No, it looks like they're both.
I like a thigh. I'm like more of a
it looks
meat.
like
That's a thigh. A couple of thighs over there. All right, look at the biscuit. I didn't see any gravy on there though.
No, there is no gravy.
There's no gravy.
Which,
okay.
I mean.
Yo, what's up? Adam James says, yo, let's go Oracle. So I have to, Neil and I. I've got to admit something. We haven't been in front of the markets for a couple minutes here, so we're gonna have to work our way back into these markets.
Jeff took us out to lunch. I haven't seen the market.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff Mendel, for that one.
Someone tell me what just happened to silver.
Please trade with Moon and all that kind of stuff. There you go, Jeff. See, I told you, I advertised for you.
A, why do we get out of the long? B, what happened here? Look what happened to silver. That's kind of crazy.
Polos Hermanos. That's right, man.
Polos Hermanos.
Breaking Bad. Oh, we're still on. I still got to watch the next episode of Pluribus. So I don't know how many episodes there are of that, but I like that show.
Really good show.
Wow, Oracle's at 198. Wow, what a bounce back there.
You know what?
Oracle.
Sometimes it's not about, you can talk all you want about the fundamentals. You can talk all you want about the report. Did they beat? Did they miss? How'd they guide? All that utter nonsense. You know what really matters? What does big money do? Like, what does the money say? So I was telling you this morning, the cash flow was a problem. The growing CapEx spend, they didn't seem to like it.
Google.
But for all of three minutes, it was a sell. It's been a buy the rest of the day for Oracle. So they've been gobbling it up, and maybe it gets back.
Google faces. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, thanks everybody in the chat there. Shout out to everybody here. Right here. Andrew. Thank you. If you tag Neil and I, this is how it shows up to us, so it's way, way easier. And I changed my little handle there to say TTV like everybody else. But yeah, there it is, Google dump. So I see here, I just looked up the news story there. Involved with an EU fine, it looks like, fine favoring its own services. We talked about this yesterday, man. The EU is going to fine these guys left, right, and center all the time. Neil's killing the chicken right there. I purposely did that so Andre would show you. No, eat it, man. No, let Neil eat. I'll take this. All right, so Google. Neil, we just had lunch, man. I mean, how hungry are you?
I can't.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is for sure. But Google down 2.5% right there. I think this is a buy, man. I think any Mag 7 name that you're interested in, Google's a buy. But look at it right here on the daily chart. Looks like it could break lower. Let me check out my guy Netflix. This is the name that I've most recently bought. We have Broadcom tonight. Broadcom's going to be hot fire.
So good.
For sure. The chicken is so good.
So good.
We talked about it over lunch. It's like we're thinking like, okay, we have a new caterer now.
Go get your
They're
plate.
starting to step it. That actually smells like legitimate.
You might want to go get your plate.
Fried chicken. Now I'll let someone else. I'll let someone else have my plate. Neil is just loving the fried. But it's not that it's a stereotype or anything, but Neil is loving the fried chicken.
I'm gonna get this one out of the way.
Yeah, you might as well deal with it. It's easier for you to say it than me.
Anybody can say whatever. First of all, who doesn't like fried chicken? You can hit me with that stereotype all you want. Fried chicken, biscuits, gravy,
I don't know
mac and cheese, all of that.
Who doesn't like fried chicken?
It's just good. So what are we? Anyone that gets offended with that nonsense, yeah, I'm gonna eat fried chicken.
I mean, maybe vegetarians. Vegetarians.
I don't judge.
You know.
To each their own. It's not me, but to each their own.
No. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you covered the fried chicken segment there because if I do, it doesn't look the greatest there. But okay, so yeah. Anyways, Netflix off the bottom. That's nice to see, right? I mean, today I just feel so bad that we had lost money on Nvidia because now it's obviously much higher than where we had recently bought it, and we thought 178 was going to be a spot. It looks like 177, and then Apple. This was the big loser for myself, and it's thankfully we got out like right before that. We do have tonight. It's going to be an interesting earnings day because we have two names that are very big. We also have Lululemon, but we have Broadcom.
That's a big one.
Which should help out, sort of. Like if it's not about the quarter, right? We saw Oracle have a monster EPS. I mean, they were 264 or for 234 something versus 167. I got to get rid of that. So it's not about like what's already happened. This is already baked in, right? It's what we expect moving forward. So if Broadcom throws some kind of shade on, like, why is this candle green, for example? No, it's not closed yet, but. So the thing is like, at the end of the day, does Broadcom continue to tell us a good story about the demand, in the AI space? And if they do that, then I think the market can have a nice little rebound off of today, right? I mean, yesterday we had a nice move, except for into the close. We had Fed's now got our back. Although we do know that scheduled for all of 2026 is basically one rate cut. So now we have to go back to the earnings story and talk about is the guide that some of these companies are going to give, are they appropriately priced in? And I mean, some of these PEs now being greater than market multiples does give us a little bit of worry. But look at Costco today, finally starting to catch a little bit of a bid. This has been a pretty bad moment for Costco in time. I mean, if you go back, and we can look at the daily chart as the show goes on. Sharif's just going to prepare the recap notes. But this is a pretty big drawdown for Costco. Like consistently, like sure, this is a big move, but then recovered relatively fast. You're trending lower, man. We still got lower highs being put in place, lower lows being put into place. So that's definitely, like if we had Brian on here or somebody looking at technicals, just like he told me to stay away from Netflix, I think this would be a stay away for now. But look at this bottom that Costco's putting in right now. Is this going to be one of those moments where we look back and say, hey, we had an opportunity to buy this name all the way back to the summer of 2024? Like those are the levels that we're talking about right now. So if we do dip down, look for Costco low here around $800. Like if that happens, you'd be down 10%. Costco are off earnings. I don't know what the expected is. We'll get that all from Adara, but I don't expect Costco to move 10% today. And if they do, then that's a crazy, like get some cash. We sold Baba yesterday at 160 to get into some cash there. We were looking to possibly buy some Marvell there as well. So maybe we'll be able to buy some Marvell here down. I'm going to give it a couple days, but down.
AMD?
I did not. Like I said, I didn't see anything. What is AMD doing? Oh.
Still
down on the day, but
it's still down on the day. But what a V-shaped recovery! That is absolutely
it's a monster.
Nuts. That's a monster. It's an absolute monster. So they like this more than they like Nvidia. I don't necessarily agree, but we're in a market right now where, I hate to say it, but Nvidia is not the ish. Like, I think that, look, I still think this is the best place to be in the chip space, but when it comes to movement for trading, if Nvidia is going a dime or going a nickel, then AMD is doing a dime. And that's just how it is. Like, if we get a little bounce in Nvidia, then we essentially get this in AMD. So I think for most of us out here, if you're going to trade a semi-stock, trade this one. And it's not to say that Nvidia is not good, but you're just going to get a better move out of AMD pretty much every single time. And I do see, thank you, Andrew Sandoval, and I will cop to this. Like, we were just at lunch, so I'm not going to be aware of any news. Sam Altman pushed AMD and dropped Nvidia. Well, that'll help. But you also have to think about it from this way. If everybody's with Nvidia, where's the, like, any of the move in market share can only go away from Nvidia to other places. Like, they're not going to increase their market share. So if anything, that does give a little bit of leeway for more positive stories potentially for an AMD. That makes some sense to me. I still don't understand what happened to silver when we just came on. Was it gold?
Silver tanked, right? Yeah. Someone said they made some money off that.
Like, it just tanked maybe 15 minutes ago. Gold barely tanked, but the market's been cruising and going upside, and the metals were a good play today. Before I want to go VWAP long, what exactly is going on here over in silver is the real question. That said, and we're going to be ready for the rundown, get into what it is that you want to talk about. So I will do a little bit of cheating because I have a sneaky suspicion.
Oh, it's not on the board.
That maybe, I don't know, there might be a chip name in there that we've heard of and already talked about. There might be an earnings name which caught a bottom. There might be an important social media app that would be on there. And then a place that you could find Squid Games, which I just found out.
Squid Game.
The Midday Boys were talking about this Andrew Tate fight this weekend.
There is?
He's fighting a dude.
But Andrew Tate, come on.
But he's fighting a dude that was on the Squid Games Challenge Season 1.
I don't know. Honestly, I watched that. We didn't.
You know the athletic guy that was doing like push-ups and he was kind of a.
I'd have to rewatch it.
You know the guy if you rewatch it. That dude is fighting Andrew Tate this weekend.
I'm not trying to support Andrew Tate. So.
Well, I want to see that dude beat him up.
Yeah, exactly.
That dude is a unit, dude. Trust me. Like,
yeah, but Andrew Tate is a unit too.
Yeah, 20-something. I think he's a boxer. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
I don't respect Andrew Tate that much. Okay. I mean, I have a daughter.
This other guy's gonna whoop his butt.
Good.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't even want to give him any time.
I'm trying to remember the dude's name.
We're supposed to be not political here. Okay.
It's not political. That's not political. Why? You can. Whatever. I don't like the guy either. I just want to see this young kid beat him up.
Same.
It's fine.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. That's on Netflix?
I have no idea.
I mean, that's the whole.
I don't know what.
Is it? Oh, I thought there was an announcement from Jake Paul coming because I don't think that fight between him and where's Sharif? Sharif, who's Jake Paul fighting? Yeah, is that happening? There's supposed to be a major announcement today though. Where I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, isn't he gonna get knocked out? Like Anthony Joshua is like, this guy is literally a foot taller than him, probably 50 pounds more.
There's a weight limit, Katina, man, 245, and he's already made weight.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's what the announcement was. Maybe it's something about the weight. But anyways, okay. Lululemon reporting tonight, Costco reporting tonight, and Broadcom. Just let me know when Sharif is ready. Maybe he is ready. Okay. All right. It is the rundown, and it is brought to you by Trader TV Live. And of course, this is voted on by you guys every single day. So we'll start talking about. Ooh, I like in the background there. Now we have the heat board there. That's actually really cool.
The only issue is that it's.
I was just saying it's hard to see them on the green.
Yeah, the green background you can't really read. Maybe we'd make.
What about black?
Make it black instead of
all black.
I know it says S&P 500 because I can look at the price, but like I can't read whatever that is. You can't read that unless you guys.
Black Tiger, Black Titan.
Black Titan. Oh, that's that BTTC.
I can read that. You know, remember I got the 2020 man.
Oh, that got moked today.
I'm all legit. I'm going to sneeze again, so I'm going to mute myself. All right, back over to Sharif.
Run down.
Welcome to the Afternoon Rundown, everyone, the show where you decide what we talk about every afternoon. The big boys, they're back, they're locked, they're loaded, and they're ready to look at the tickers as decided by you. But the only way to get the tickers on the Afternoon Rundown is to get into the chat and vote for your favorite tickers every day, but you got to throw in that $ before whatever ticker your heart so desires. Let's look at all four major averages, a fundamentally different look than when we last spoke. Up on the day is the Russell 2000 leading the way here, up 1.2. I misspoke there. It's actually the Dow leading the way, up 1.25%. The Russ up 1 1/5. Barely green is the ES, up 0.12, but a nice recovery off that 68 mid-teens low. Back into 25,000 upper sixes is the NQ, but still a negative on the day to the tune of 0.45, the only negative major average on the day. Oracle, the first name as decided by you guys, and wow, the blood was in the street, at least early in the morning. We got all the way down to 186.23, trying to work back, boys, into that $200 level now. It really was the high CapEx as well as the debt that really spooked investors, obviously, as well. That top line missing on revenue, but a substantial beat on EPS, boys. What is the look on Oracle?
Oracle, oh, wow. I mean, Oracle's had a great look today. First of all, I just want to say, like, right now, congratulations. We'll hit the siren up right now. We're now $1.80 in the money now. We still have a decent, not a decent piece. We have 10% left. We just got out our last piece right there at the highs for the Nasdaq. So what a banger that trade was. But I think part of it is the rebound in all of this space, right? I mean, we could sit here and say, like, great trading, whatever. But, you know, Oracle's really rebounded quite nicely and now taking out all of the levels from the day. I think this was a punch long, but you would have been long right there and wrong. But look at this thing on the 200 period moving average. So as we sort of zoom in right here, you can kind of see that this had respected that 200 period moving average. I always think that once you take it right here, finally you take that and it was around noon, that's signaling the long. Now sure, it wasn't 100% right, but you do come back and then you absorb that VWAP. So that's, to me, is pretty important, and there it goes. We talked about it earlier. When there's a gap, fill the VWAP, and you know that right there sent it lower, and this is what Neil and I were looking at it right at 9:30, and then it did rebound, right? The rebound in the market wasn't real, but the rebound in Oracle was, and then eventually got going, right? Obviously, the Nasdaq is now at day highs, so that's really nice to see. But yeah, to expect Oracle to be down 10% today, it's still not great, but it is a nice rebound. I think the spend concerns are real for this name. And I'm going to sneeze again, so I'm going to pass it over to Neil before, I don't know if you guys, before I do, I'll pass it over to Neil. But I think Oracle, congratulations. I don't know if I would be buying this dip, but I think it's coming close.
It's hard not to. We said this morning, like they got to, their forward PE going into the report was 14, and they beat here. So obviously that's going to put them in the low teens. Clearly, that's a good value. I'll be as critical as anybody, not as critical as Adara of Oracle, but for anybody out there, there's a lot of concern that they were the canary in the coal mine, that their AI spend. Look, they're built out to be able to compete with some of the biggest out there. You're trying to compete with Microsoft, Alphabet, and Amazon, and jumping into that game, and you tell everybody you're going to go for 14. You went to twice, from 21 billion to 35 billion on CapEx, and you come out with 50 projected for next year, which is a much bigger spend than expected. And their cash position went from an expectation of a negative 5 billion cash flow to 10. All of that's really bad. But what happened today? Does any of that matter if the market's response was to buy it up and gobble it up? And remember, Oracle was showing the bounce first. Like, I think, like, one of the things this morning, like, to me, when I was getting out of longs and then finally went over to, like, the long in, like, silver and the long in Intel, it was because Oracle had already bounced. This dragged everything higher with it as a sentiment play. A close over 200 would be huge for the stock, technically, and this break looks so good. On a 15-minute, when this took 196, like right here, like, how clean is it? There's your morning range. There's your test, pullback, clean breakout 96. I'm not a huge fan of the company. I don't think I want to be an investor. There's probably better plays out there, but a close over 200 is going to do wonders, absolutely, for Oracle. Yeah, a bit surprised it happened this early. I kind of felt it was going to go lower before catching a bid, but maybe we found the bottom.
All right, well, if you're going to find some sort of link, you got to make sure you find that link right there on your screen. Scan that BTCC QR code right there, guys. We've been digging around, and these guys have never been hacked. They're a top 30 globally exchange. It's BTCC. Other major exchanges obviously getting hit. These guys have not. There's also zero KYC if you are in the United States, Canada, or Europe. And right now, through Trader TV Live, we want to thank BTCC for this. They are now offering you $100 in USDT for registering. So just register. You know, get that $100 right there, plus 15% bonus if you happen to lose. So they'll cover your losses up to 15,000 USDT. I'm not sure what we're missing here, but definitely check that out right now. Do your own due diligence. Check them out, BTCC, scan that QR code, and of course, they are sponsoring this segment.
You know what they are?
Thank them for show.
That's a chicken dinner winner.
I mean, seems like you're having a chicken dinner winner with that food right there, Neil.
I told you to get your plate.
You are loving the fried chicken. And
For the record,
Joe, hold on, get Joe. Joe, mic up.
what do you had this too, right?
I gotta ask Joe, man. Joe is Jamaican, although you might not realize
It's not even that I'm just Jamaican. I'm obviously well known amongst the foodies in the city, and I have a reputable.
Are you though?
When it comes to the lunches, do I not?
Do you? I don't know. This is the first.
That was a rhetorical question. Of course
This is the first.
I do, man.
This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Come
But
on,
Joe,
man.
please explain your Jamaican background because I don't even know this. Is it your father, your mother?
Yeah, my
both?
father. Yeah, my father was born there. He came
nice.
here when he was around 19.
Boom.
And then shortly after, the kid was born. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you have any siblings or
I'm the third oldest out of
third of
those
three?
who are familiar with Caribbean families, they're typically pretty big. So I am, yes, 3 of 9.
9.
Hey, bring them strong, son.
Listen, half. A lot of them are half.
Joe, where in Jamaica?
Okay.
Where in Jamaica you guys from?
It's a place, Lionel Town, so it's in Mandeville. Yeah, yes.
I'm not gonna pretend like I know where that is, but that sounds awesome.
I thought we were here to talk about the fried chicken. Yeah,
We are. This is our show, though. We digress however we want.
No. In all seriousness, yeah. So for those who are familiar, Salt River. I don't live too far from Salt River. A nice little pond. Obviously, you can go and swim in by Lionel Town, and not too far from Maypen as well too. So. Yeah.
So if I were to vacation in Jamaica, are you the guy to talk to, or nah? You're just more of a city guy there.
No, and hey, man. Pull up to the house. Yeah, anybody's welcome to the house. Yeah, we got a nice, beautiful house there in the countryside that we just go drive around. I'll be your chauffeur.
All right.
For the week. You know what I mean?
Joe,
He's being really.
I didn't realize Joe was like.
He's being chill about it. He probably rolls like Dudas down there, right?
Oh, Lord, you don't even understand. Hey, listen, when I go there, everybody knows me. You know who it is. Yeah.
They know who it is.
My name is, Neil, you would know how in the Caribbean, everybody kind of has like their street name and everything like that.
Street name.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yo, Neil's from the streets of Brampton, okay? But let's keep going on.
They call me Russian, so like when I go there, Russian as in foreign, so everybody knows who Russian is when we go there.
Right.
They call you out. They get that quick. You're the foreign, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know
They
what
probably would think I'm a local, probably.
You know what's cool about the Caribbean is especially the small islands. Like if I'm down in Antigua, and I go to like the shop or whatever, like strangers will come to me like, oh, hey, Robert's from Seaview Farm. I'm like, huh? I'm like, how do you know? First of all, how do you know my last name? And how do you know where my dad grew up? Like 50 years ago. And they're like, because you have that look, because there's like 80,000 people on the island. But everybody knows that you can't get away with Jack, you know what, down there.
Yeah.
Like you go to the club, everybody knows your business.
Everybody knows who you are.
Everybody knows your business.
You guys are going to know clubs. All right.
Communication. I thought I was here to talk about fried chicken.
I'm trying to. Joe, let me regain this.
Let's get it.
Okay. So first of all, ain't no one going to clubs. Okay, but Neil, just enjoy the chicken over there. All right. So first of all, what do you think about the jerk chicken or the chicken? Sorry, not jerk chicken. The fried chicken.
Hey, man.
Neil really appreciating this chicken. Really. So Joe, I didn't realize you're such a food aficionado around here in Toronto, but that's great to know.
Yeah,
no, I didn't know, but now I do. So
you knew that it's jamming with Joe.
That's right. My bad.
Next to what's for lunch.
Okay.
Jamming with Joe.
Right.
I'm
Second hottest segment.
Solid. I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Boom. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I might have to go grab it. The lunch lady there might have got rid of mine.
No way.
Pass the time there.
Oh, there's plenty of left there, brother. So
Taking some home, Joe?
My biscuit?
No, man. I'm at. Where's the gravy for the biscuit? Is what I'm talking about.
That's
Got
disappointing.
gravy in
They
there
said there
too,
was some
man.
gravy for sure.
How was lunch with Mendel though? By the way, boys.
Horrible. Mendel's such a bad guy.
Where'd you guys end up going?
Terrible.
Don't worry about it.
Cafe Nervosa.
Okay. Big spenders, eh? Okay.
A little something like that.
Oh, we didn't spend anything.
We didn't spend shit.
Oh.
But you know how it is.
Jeff has
You know how it is.
You guys are connected.
Wait, he just comes on the show for free. But all
let
kidding
you
aside.
do it. I'll let
All
you
right,
guys
Joe, we have a show to do. Okay, so there it is, man. 91,000 for Bitcoin. So we say shout out to Joe right there. All right, Sharif, my bad. Let's go back over to Sharif right now. Another foodie there, Sharif. Did you have the jerk chicken yet or no?
It's fried chicken, Sean. But yes, I did. I took one. I haven't ate it yet. All right, guys, Netflix, next on the board here, breaking a 6-session losing streak after now being down over 30% from all-time highs, up 1.86 on the day. Good look there. They also got their price target lowered from Jefferies, dropping it from 150 to 134, recommending staying selective across internet stocks, says the analyst. Separately, we saw this development yesterday. President Trump, when being asked by reporters, wants the divestiture or the acquisition, of CNBC to be part of the acquisition of WBD. The Netflix deal does not allow that. The Paramount Skydance does. So Netflix up 1.88.
A disgrace.
And shout out to the guy in the chat. Man, you guys are Jamaican me crazy over here for Hungary right there. But yeah, look, Netflix, look, no surprise there that Trump is trying to throw a little bit of shade at CNN, right? I mean, we do know that that's not his favorite news network there. But I actually, look, I stepped in yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago, Netflix at $96. I look at it on the daily chart, and I mean, I don't know, we could talk about Warner Brothers, we could talk about PSKY, Paramount, and all that. But at the end of the day here, this is what Netflix's chart looks like. And you're just going to get a name that's, a $1 trillion name. They're looking to get there. They've fallen back now 35, 40% from top to bottom. And I just at some point, this deal, you're going to realize it's either good or bad for them. And I mean, and if they miss out on it, then can't we just float back up here? If all of a sudden, because remember, that deal at $30 or $27.75, whatever it was, the Netflix deal, that's agreed upon, signed upon, and is a go. Netflix will get Warner Brothers. They're reconsidering now and seeing if that Paramount deal happens. But you know what? All that talk was right up here, 108, 109. And all of a sudden that deal gets announced. And then what normally happens, we could check IBM with Confluent and all that kind of stuff. When you're the acquirer, look at PanW, they've acquired a couple names recently off their earnings report. And when Netflix announces that they're doing that deal, it falls to the downside. And then you get extra pressure now from the current US government in there, and then you get another bid. So there's two negatives weighing right now. Another bid plus a dilution of shares and everything that comes with it, right? Not only that, the deal has also fallen down because Netflix was giving part stock. Well, when they're giving part stock and they assess the deal, that stock was at $108. Now you're at $93. So now that stock has become worth a little bit less. So I could see Warner Brothers sort of saying, hold off, let's reassess that Paramount bid. But at the end of the day, I think it's a win, whether or not Netflix gets it or not. I think down here where we're buying it right now, I think you can do worse. So I stepped in, dipped the toes in there a little bit, averaged up into this. We're long from time, so it doesn't really matter where we're long. But I'm making basically a new position right into here right now. And I think you're coming into some levels. And I just think is the downside really $84? What has to go wrong to lose another 10%?
That they raise the bid.
Right, and that would be bad, but if they raise the bid, then what they're doing is acquiring, hopefully, a good property that eventually will hit their earnings and go back up to the upside. But I'm with Neil. I hope the bid stays the same.
I'm a buyer.
I've already bought.
My usual rule for buying a company that gets beat up, if I like the company and it gets beat up for an acquisition, I'm always going to wait a few days because that's the typical course of action. Let them sell it for a few days and jump in and buy. The only thing that's different about this is the fact that they could still raise the bid. But every single day that goes by without Netflix responding that they will raise their bid is a probability they're fine. If you guys want it, we were worth 10 to 15% more when the market didn't want us to do this. So then maybe they don't do the deal, and then I think this could actually get a positive. So look, I'm going to be stink bidding 80, but every single day that goes by, I'll wait for a rounded bottom. I think the buyers have solidified today. You attempted to make a double bottom, and then on the third day, you broke the bottom, which was yesterday, right? Okay, so fine. It was looking like a 95 buy to me, and then that fell through. Now you've got another 2-day bottom. If tomorrow we're able to hold above and start breaking out, then yeah, then I think it's the same thing. You let it settle down, give a double bottom, break a little higher on the third day, and then you're a go. The third day yesterday didn't hold. The third day holds tomorrow, then that satisfies my rule. And I like the stock. In WBD, I still think there's some risk in there for everybody that's hoping for more. The higher bid is $30. Otherwise, you can grab your $23.25 cash plus Netflix shares, and that's about it. That was valued at $27.75 when Netflix was at $108 or whatever it was. So that's certainly lower. Like, how are you not ringing the register to a certain extent on WBD? We had said 27 made some sense because it put a floor on the stock. But if there's no higher bid, like you're shooting at air here with WBD. It's holding up today anyway. So for that, good luck. Personally, I would consider, you could also be selling WBD and buying Netflix. It's a bit of a, you could pull that off as a hedge if you wanted. I just think it'd be easier to pick one or the other. But I'd ring the register if I had WBD, that's for sure.
Guys, let's talk about NVIDIA. So we got that big move down on Google as a result of ChatGPT 5.2 being released only a month or so after 5.1, but this is the NVIDIA-related component. It was built on the H100, the H200, and of course that new GB200, NVIDIA's latest chip. This is, of course, after we got word from Rivian that they're building their new AI chip on custom silicon, looking to circumvent using NVIDIA's more expensive GPUs, which sent the stock down a little bit there, but recovering nicely now up to 181. The high, and separately, of course, we got this from the White House a few days ago that the new H200 removal of the export ban, it looks like the customers there are going to have to be vetted by the Commerce Department on an individual basis. That is, of course, for the NVIDIA H200 GPU, boys.
Yeah, H200, never heard of it.
I should have said this because Computranet in the chat just said, even if WBD gets 5% higher bid, you have to hold it for over a year to get that extra 5%. There's better opportunities. That's what I should have. I said it this morning, but I should have also said that. Part of the reason why Warner Brothers doesn't make sense up here is, even if, like I said, if you get that higher bid, you can do other things in the market with that money. What's the upside potential for it? Unless someone's hedging heavily, I don't get why it's up there. NVIDIA managed to make a bottom at a random price today. And sometimes that's just how it goes. It's clear as day. Well, I don't know, it looks pretty clear here at 179 for potential support. And underneath that, it seemed like it should have been down to 174, but it consolidated a little bit under that. And then there's your V-shaped recovery. I thought other places today. I wanted to trade, I've been saying this, I think you want to trade percentage-wise, Intel has been moving better. AMD's percentage-wise also moving better. They're better places to go. Use them, use NVIDIA as the futures, and then play other names. What I've noticed, and what I'm getting out of this, is when the market bounced, I turned and went over to Intel. You just saw NVIDIA V-shaped recovery. That's the NQ, V-shaped recovery. AMD, more than V-shaped recovery. Intel, you are a bag of trash right now because you are still finding resistance at the lows. So I think a lot of times when you see the chip space out there, it'll start separating names. And right now, you're down 3%, you're not recovering, then you are in the back, you're in the wrong end of the business here because look at NVIDIA charging back to the upside. Still huge. I will also say this morning, I liked 182.5 as a short zone. Maybe I'd like that this afternoon. Look at the move. It would have to show me something pretty distinct to stand in front of that moving freight train. There's a big difference between pop and fade at 930 at a level, because I was looking short in NVIDIA, but it never even came close to, it didn't even break 181.50, let alone 182.50. It's one thing to like that. It's another thing to want to do it in front of the moving freight train this afternoon. So I wouldn't short that now. But I will note, show me a chip name that didn't V-shape recovery, and then you should have concerns about that stock at these current prices. So I'm telling you, Intel, that's a bit of a problem. I'd look over, I like ARM, I own some ARM. I want to see what that's doing here, and I would say not even close to a V-shape. That's trouble. That's a problem. This is a $140 stock at the open, goes to 33, you're back at 36, not much of a recovery. Days like today separate where big money wants to buy the dip or is more comfortable buying the dip. And then it allows you to understand that, okay, so on ARM, I want to wait a little bit before I'm buying any more. Maybe you should be waiting for like 125, maybe even lower. On Intel, I think it's making a bit of a top based on what the market's telling me today. Like they're not rushing to buy this one back, and they are rushing to buy Nvidia back.
Look, I'll be, obviously as transparent as possible. I mean, we wrote down Nvidia long 179. We're gonna miss the levels sometimes, especially when we're sitting here trading, and it sucks when you take those fills. And there's 179. We took it. We tried to support 178 as well, right? But at the end of the day, it is, and I hate to saying, but it is what it is. Like it breaks lower there, and we get out at that 178. I thought that was the bottom. And just looking, or not the bottom, but I thought that was an area that we needed to get out, in case it does break. And if I zoom, I can't. I guess I call up a bigger chart here for you. I just want to. I can't zoom out anymore. I don't want to. The thing is, sometimes if we change the time frame on the chart, it breaks down on us. But like I had no idea, and Neil just said like a bottom that we couldn't have figured out. Like I didn't think 177 was it. So like right into here, that's 178. We go back here to December 1st. We go back into there as well. Oh, he is back. Thank you so much. What a great lunch. Yo, make sure you take that hat off, man. It's nice and warm in here. Everything's all good. Yo, did you bring back any of those?
It just got hot.
Did you bring back any of those meatballs or? Okay, okay. Yo, go find.
Have that banana right there.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jeff.
By the way, if everyone hasn't seen it yet, the new setup here is absolutely amazing. They've outdone themselves again, so it's going to be an awesome. Oh, jeez, get
Let's throw that thing out of here. But by the way, do you do any massages? That felt pretty good. You want to get going? Oh, thank you. Keep going. Keep going, please, a little bit more.
Is this appropriate for on-air activity?
Yes, it is. Keep going. Okay, thank you. Okay, now it's enough. All right, it's starting to get awkward. All right, thank you, Jeff. Thank you for a great. This man. You can see it was a very fruitful lunch, needless to say.
I'm not going to hate.
Get the hell out of here, man. You have a job to do. We're trying to be professional over here. Jeffrey Mendel, everybody, OTC Marketing. And he did show us some very impressive stats from Moon. So we want to say congratulations. The biggest day ever.
Biggest volume day ever.
Notional. 157 million notional.
double
Number one stock, Nvidia. Number two, I think Google or so. Something like that. Okay.
Some ETF. Also,
Jeff, we have a show to run.
On our website.
Brendan, is he paying any extra for this? Got it, Jeff. All right. Don't we have security around?
This segment of the show brought to you by.
Do we not have security?
No.
No. Okay. Don't tell
Security?
anybody.
What security? Sharif is security.
Don't tell anybody that. Anyways, Jeff Mendel. Just so everybody knows,
with that guy.
The man has strong hands. That felt
I
pretty
really
nice.
like that shirt, by the way.
Look at that. Look at that in the background. This is what we're talking about. Look at that, Jeff. Look at that big screen now, Mendel. There we go. A little bit of Neil action. Double barrel Neil right there.
I'm liking that.
How impressive is this setup over
So now
here?
when we go back to Sharif, we can put his screen up there, right?
Wow.
Oh, it's the first.
Look at this, Sharif. You like that, Sharif?
That's cash money.
All right, let's go back over, man. I mean, thank you, Jeffrey Mendel, for the impromptu cameo right there. It was a great time. Glad that he's back.
Man, where's the beard?
Oh,
man?
shoot. That's you want.
Oh, this is way.
You want the
back.
beard back? You want
Yeah,
that?
I don't mind the beard at all there, Katina, man.
Yeah. Well, that's our first ever stream.
No.
No, that's not right.
But anyways, that was a great one.
No,
there.
'cause like,
There we go. Look, see, now we're. Oh, look, there we go. There's Brendo.
We have some really.
All right. Now we're getting carried away. All right, let's go back to the desk. Sharif, what you got for number 3?
I got Meta, boys. A couple of comments today on Meta. Morgan Stanley lowering their price target on Meta from 820 to 750, but maintaining that same overweight rating. Separately, we got this. Meta is looking to use Alibaba's Qwen AI model to train their new model Avocado, set for the spring API-only release. Building on that new Avocado release, apparently Zuck is getting personally involved in the day-to-day work, pivoting the company's focus into AI away from the metaverse. He is targeting a spring release, boys, for that new Avocado LLM.
I just saw you take some days off. Where are you going in January, my guy, over there? Where are you going? Oh, yeah, Nice. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, ACL.
Yeah, this man's having, have you told everybody that yet? Yeah, this guy's having, do you mind if I say it, or? Yeah, he's having reconstructive knee surgery there for his ACL. So we wish the best of luck there to Joey.
Y'all know Joey Options, man. That guy works out like every day of the week. He'll crush the rehab.
Every other day.
He'll crush that rehab. He'll be absolutely fine. It's all about that work ethic, man, when it comes down to rehab.
Yeah, it definitely is. That's why I can't rehab my knee. All right, so I missed the stock, so go ahead.
Well, your problem is you tried to play through the injury.
Well, same as Joe. That's the problem. Is we all we got hurt young.
No, we
got hurt as an old man. We got hurt old. We got hurt young.
We always, as kids, we joked around about your rugby injury, but like in all seriousness, this thing went out there. Like if you get hurt,
yeah, you just got it.
Look, it's one thing to be tough, and I have all respect and for that. But like, yeah, just don't try to be a hero about it. At the end of the day, the long-term health matters, and hopefully, the long-term health of Meta is getting better because it's showing some signs. You know what? Here's the thing: if people are buying it at one level before, sometimes just making the bet that they'll buy it again is pretty safe. Because in Meta, I really don't know what's going on here, but that's probably just a bunch of nonsense. But look at the accumulation around 645. At least you can see it, like outside of that nonsense. And then today, where do we bottom out? Right around that 645 level, into 640. Potentially, you're making that higher low for Meta. What I love about this, they just flashed the death cross. It'd be perfect to put the old death cross on the daily chart and then make the higher low and bounce. So there was a turn, there's your break at 600 for the trend break on Meta. There's your higher low. As of today, you've held that higher low in the low 640s. So I think the valuation is good for Meta. If the market's going to rebound after what we just saw from Oracle, I think that's pretty bullish for the overall market in a general sense. They've got a good cash position. If the market's not going to freak out about Oracle spend, then you can't really freak out as much about Meta spend either because it's not as crazy. But I do like this higher low that Meta has put in. I'm going to stick to my guns. I told myself that I wouldn't do a second buy in this stock until next year, like I wanted it to be in early next year. So I'm going to stick with that. But I think Meta's in the right track finally, putting in this higher low. It hasn't truly broken out until we get above both major moving averages, but today was a very, very good sign for Meta. This is not a name that I'd want to be fighting long in the afternoon. Like if we're thinking of that like 345 pullback, this is the kind of stock that you'd probably think it could happen on, just for some profit taking.
Yeah, right. I was going to say, yeah, it is definitely a nice recovery day here for Meta. The fact that it's up against a negative market means good things for Meta. You are going to look to see if you could break through that 655. I don't know if it's going to happen today or not, but definitely tomorrow. So that's what we'll get at with Meta. All right, we got to hurry up a little bit here. Let's get Sharif out of here. It's 2:44. Sharif, what's the next stock?
A big small cap gapper from the morning, Sean, BTTC, which rocketed up off that 3.25 close from yesterday into almost $12, 11.88 high, but it has been all lower lows and lower highs since that time. Now losing $5 at 4.82. They had this headline here, Black Titan. They released their DAT plus liquidity operational readiness pillar for the institutional digital assets assessment. Guys, the market liked that, and then it didn't. Still up 45%.
Dump it.
Yeah, I'll let you take it, man. This is not the same BTC that we advertise with, but it is BTTC right now to the downside. So, Neil, what do you think today? Up 45%, but down quite often, quite big from that open, or from the first open run.
Look, we came this morning, and we always start at 8 o'clock now. So for everyone tuning in, we always start at 8 o'clock. And for all of you small cap traders out there, everyone should be joining as early as possible. Preparation matters, getting the lay of the land, seeing the environment that you're in and being able to react a little bit better and have a better process and plan of action is all well and good. But you know what? Flat out, if you're a small cap gap trader, not everything is going to end up running all day. Because if you were trading this, you know when your chance to trade it was? We came on our air at 8 o'clock. At about 8:30, this thing starts pumping up. We brought it to you twice, and those were your only chances to buy and not lose money. And that's the deal with a lot of small cap gap runners. The ones that get pressed are the ones that run all day. The truth of the matter is, most of the time it looks like this. Let's be real. Most of the time, this is what it's going to look like. Somebody's pumping it up. Somebody's using you for exit liquidity, and you've got to get it early, be the early riser, early bird gets the worm. And the crazy thing about it, this stock does more volume pre-market than it did after the market opened. So it's not even an excuse to say that in the pre-market, oh, well, I'm not trading it in the pre-market. I'm a small cap trader, but I'm not trading in the pre-market because it's not doing volume. Your best volume happened in the pre. That's where you would have the best liquidity to not get ramp jobbed. So when it's doing this pattern, like there's a VWAP buy, there's a little VWAP buy action for you, you can get out of dodge. You could have maybe scalped it going into the open, but the second the stock opened, it was a short. That favors the hedge funds, that favors the whale traders because they dump these early and often and then just hold on to them forever. So BTCC, a lot of times you need to be in here early to catch those, and don't be afraid, if you're a small cap trader, don't be afraid to make your day. The market opens up and you've already made your day on BTCC, and then you go to the beach, or well, I guess now you go to like the slopes or something because you can't really go to the beach in the winter.
Here we go. I mean, thank you, Fluffy Hippo. I mean, there. Look in the background. There's what he's talking about right now.
What was that one?
So this is, thank you, Trader TV. Been watching the days of Sean by the wall. That's what we just showed in the back there with my kids' drawings. And by the way, I still have my kids' drawings around here somewhere. I think it's actually in the locker. Maybe I'll go get them soon. With Valeria beside me, Neil up on the desk, and Sharif behind us. I remember saying, like, who is this guy wearing these jerseys every day? It was Sharif. Right there. There I am right there in the background. That was probably 4 or 5 years ago. So yeah, I had my kids' drawings up on that wall, and we've been here every single day since. We took 0 time off during COVID. We didn't broadcast 1 time from home. We didn't do anything like that, right? And so, I mean, we had that one day where we were doing renovations around here that we were at home, but we didn't spend any time away from our desk. So we want to thank you. There it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's been a very hard day, but your voices keep helping. Adara is amazing. I mean, that is 100%. So, you know, thanks for all that acknowledgement right there.
Thank
want
you.
to thank. Oh, Dara's back. Okay, good. Yeah, there you go, Dara. So she sees that note there. And I've said it the whole time. Like,
I just got back, so you didn't miss anything. I was back like 2 minutes ago.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you were just in where Sharif was sitting there. We are going to have Cian momentarily. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. That does mean a lot. But before we go to Adair, just quickly, we've just, you know, you can tell when I sit back down at my desk. So we start taking out now. This is a monster trade. This is the big trade for me today, trading these TQs. So there it goes right up to the upside. Look, we started the day thinking long, and we were wrong early, but definitely not wrong late. And when I mean late, like how about 9:50? Right there, the market started going eventually. But all right, let's go back over to Adara.
Part of the show is brought to you by Beta Pro by Global X Canada. We have some exciting news out of Canada for the sophisticated traders on the stream. Beta Pro by Global X Canada, Canada's largest provider of leveraged inverse and inverse leveraged ETFs, they've just launched 6 new triple leverage ETFs, offering 3 times bull and 3 times bear exposure to the S&P TSX 60, semiconductors, and on U.S. Treasuries. Even better, they're offering a special free rebate, dropping management fees to just 65 basis points until December 31st, 2025. Plus, the U.S.-focused strategies use currency hedging, offering the potential for pure performance and exposure. So if you are a tactical, sophisticated trader looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca/3xdaily to learn more. Back to you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh, look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Now we're getting right there in the background there. What an awesome use of this. And look, we always talk about how impressive it is, but it's great to have guys like Jeff and all of our guests come through. We had Raheem the other day and just talking
they're
about
blown away. They see
how
it all the time.
Yeah, how impressive it is. And we want to thank everybody else. I mean, all that noise and everything that you guys put up with over and over and over again, you know, hopefully now we'll be able to give you not better segments, but just more maybe visually appealing and being able to use that screen to its full capabilities.
I think it is better. Well, what's
Yeah, so do I. I mean, I just don't.
Where are you?
That's a real old. Oh, that's our current shot right now.
I didn't even know there was a
That's that actually makes it look, so all these lights coming down through, that's awesome. Honestly, I like the way we're using all of this.
So just so you know, like if I look up too far, I get blinded by these lights. It's out of control. But that also reminds us that we're getting a little older, that shot.
Thank you, Chuck of all trades right there. Look, I mean, it's great to say, so I'll just put this up there. I mean, thank you so much. I mean, you got the bottom on that TQQ. Hell of a trader, so thank you so much. I mean, that's what we're here to do is trade, right? I mean, we'll have some good times here on the show, but that's what it is. And we took a couple shots at it for sure, but stopped out, bang. So right there, big win today, needless to say. We don't talk about P&L on the show. We don't feel that that's the most important, but we just talk about the trades and the motions of trading and what we go through to find our trades, right? And where our outs are and so on and so forth. So I think about, right now, thinking about emptying a little bit of the clip. I was gonna use the 50-period moving average right here. We've really respected it all the way. Sure, we dipped down a little bit there, but I think our next out, not out of all of everything, but our next out should be around 56 bucks. Okay, so let's put that in. My stop on this trade, no word of a lie, is 53.89. So you can see where we're long right now, 54.13s. So right there, we gave this 25 cents, 24 cents, you know, to now get $1.99. So whatever. And the good thing about this is we still have about 15%. So we've done well. We held about 20 to 25% all the way up, and you know, we got a nice comment yesterday from Adam about, you know, what's been changing in our trading and everything, and it's just being a little more patient, trying to wait. And, you know, my first mistake of the day was really not being patient at all. Like, we got into Apple at 9:32, you know, and then it was like, whoops, to the downside, and we were not able to recover from that until we found the TQs down there. So that was one thing. So we're going to go 2 for 3 today. Make on the TQs, lose on Nvidia, right, and then lose on Apple. So 1 for 3 today, and we'll be red as of now. I mean, I don't know where we're going to wind up at the end of the day, but right into there, 180, nice bounce back there for Nvidia. Let's see what happens as we head into the close for all these trades. I think the TQs is getting a little exhausting. So, what I meant to do right there was actually, I didn't do it. I was put it in order. So 55, honestly, 98. We're getting close to that. Let's stop out of half of what we have left, and then we'll deal with that after. So nice move back upside here. All we can really ask for is we've just made that high right back into the pre-market levels. So, you know, let's just forget about everything else. Get out right here if we can. Reload it down there, and let's see what winds up happening now with our good friend today anyways, the Nasdaq. And people always message me like, stop saying you're trading the futures. It's not. I don't ever say the futures. I'm saying the market
just
here.
say the market.
Yeah, so it's the Nasdaq, but it's a triple levered. So I understand it's not the Qs, and I understand it's not the futures. It's just something I look at here. And we could look at SQQ. There are many different ETFs. You could trade SMH instead of Nvidia. You could, you know, there's different things that you could look at. But tonight SMH should be hot fire with Broadcom. We'll wait to see Broadcom's earnings tonight, along with a big retail name like Costco. And then we also have Lululemon, which let's just wait to see if is it RH as well? I'm not sure. But we'll wait to see if Lululemon can break through 190. I mean, 190 on Lulu is going to be something, you know, to look at. So if that happens, I feel like Lulu's going to be tomorrow. That's 160, honestly. I feel like you're going to be down to like 160, 170-ish tomorrow, or we break and we have like an Abercrombie and Finch moment where you're up 20%. So let's give this a go here. We're already long Lululemon. Let's see if we can somehow get paid on this trade. Yeah, we'll go to Adair, then we'll go back to...
It is RH.
RH is tonight. Okay, so former Restoration Hardware. What's up, Adair?
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know, I don't have the implied move infographic yet, currently working on that, but I do want to let you know I have these fun earnings previews already on X at TTV Research for Lululemon, Costco, and Broadcom. Again, you can find them all there on X at TTV Research. Here's the one for Lululemon. And just so you guys know, I will be on vacation for the next couple days, but X at TTV Research will not be on vacation. I have pre-scheduled posts to go on literally every day that I'm not here, including the weekend, so definitely check this out at X at TTV Research. Back to you.
Enjoy. So it's off tomorrow, is that right?
Yeah, tomorrow was basically just because I had a day off that I had to use, but yeah, technically Monday, Tuesday, yes.
Okay, so she's, well, no, technically
all
Friday.
3 days, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, enjoy your long weekend. That is for sure well deserved. Obviously, Adara won't be here, but we should have Sia. Should be.
I have my fingers crossed for tomorrow.
What is tomorrow?
Well, I think I was telling you, like my daughter's off sick today, and she's not doing well. Whatever, she's young.
It won't affect you, man.
No, it's, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
It's just that my wife cannot miss work tomorrow. Like, she has to be in the office. So if she has to stay home, I don't have a choice. But that is what it is. We'll see. Like, if she's feeling fine, then we're good to go. It's just one of those. It's kids. But I wanted to clear something up because someone in the chat was like, Neil isn't open at your long level. So just to be entirely clear, open door to because to me, I was shorting open door off $7 this morning. That's the first part. The second part is, the open door, like long off 7, like that's more of I almost think you're swinging it off that, close above 7, strength over 7 kind of deal. like this morning, well, I wanted my 15-minute. This morning, I was looking short on it. Now, yes, it is consolidating over. But in the afternoon, with power hour coming in, here's the thing about a small capper. The volume on this in the afternoon compared to, this is a Fed day, so throw that out, who cares? Like Fed day volumes, it's gonna skew the chart, it's not that relevant. And then you had a big pump in the afternoon the day before. Just look at like a regular day in the afternoon, and you're doing significantly less volume than the last regular day. So yeah, it's consolidating over $7, but there's also nothing else happening on the stock. I don't see a good reason why. Like you could just sit in it long 701, 702 if you can get it, and then just hope that the breakout happens. But there's nothing really happening in Open Door that would get me to want to trade it. That's all. So I'm going to stay away from this. Like this morning, it's frustrating. And I even said like this was the one thing that I was short, and I ended up covering it here. Like I had just gotten the low of the day, and then it shot up. The market was reversing, went long in silver, went long in Intel. Both worked, and got out of this thinking that was the market turning, and then it ended up being a horrible out. So. Ultimately, I think it was a disappointment for myself in Open Door because it was a good short off 7. But today, not enough happening for long. I'm going to look elsewhere. If there's going to be a power hour play, it's got to be something showing you some kind of volume. And Aura Alpha saying, what about Warby Parker?
Yeah, that was moving around. That was on Google.
Yeah, big time yesterday on the Alphabet news. And look at that. That's going today. It doesn't help that the volume, everything has low volume this afternoon. It's fine. It's Thursday afternoon. There's not a heck of a lot of volume in the market either. But at least this is on a very clean upward trend. So what's going on here? I mean, it's just quickly. Oh, it just broke the trend line? I didn't even draw that well, but it's attempting to break the trend line. Let me do that a little bit better. Yeah, it doesn't matter how I draw. This is actually breaking that uptrend. You could still break out the top, though. If you break out the top, kind of regain that trend line 30, you can go long for an hour. But normally, I would be looking short this into VWAP. So I'm not going to go long in Warby. That would be breaking a rule. I don't like short or longing a stock on an uptrend if it just broke that uptrend. Like this is the candle breaking the uptrend. It needs to regain the trend line to like the long. So I might look elsewhere. I'm not sure that's going to be the one for me. I do like an Intel short. I was sort of showing you like what stands out. Okay, that's a bit weird. All right, so I'm missing some data on that chart. Hey, Friday afternoon charts. So I'll show you, oh, this one's missing. So all my Intel charts are missing data. Doesn't
Okay.
matter. Okay, so it's just Intel for me. I was long it early, but this 39.50 was my price. That's where it reverted to and broke back out. Now it's weak off that level. Market's at the high, it's under VWAP. So if the market's at the top and you're under VWAP, then you're relatively weak, and I think you're a short. So I'm shorting VWAP and Intel this afternoon, looking to hold to the close. I'm not in it yet. I'm trying to pick it up at 45 if we're able to get it. And David just sent us, I feel like we missed you yesterday. Dave, you didn't have a thought of the day or a trade.
Yeah, what's up with that?
So Mr. Tresiak, pay attention for December 19th. We got triple witching. Yep, absolutely. Don't forget to turn over your futures contracts, probably starting on Monday, actually, to the next quarter. What are we on right now? XOZ, so H contract will be next week. Got the release of yet seen files.
Release of the, yet seen. Yeah, he doesn't want to do that. Is that tomorrow?
Or not.
I don't know. I mean, how could that possibly affect the market? I don't.
Why do we actually think that? I don't know. I don't want to tinfoil hat anybody, but the way I kind of look at it is if a bunch of really, really rich people don't want something to happen, why do we think it's going to happen? Well, I don't get my hopes up for that kind of nonsense. Just kind of understand the way of the world, man. Like if it's like, it doesn't even matter what side of the aisle you're on. It's like a lot of really powerful people probably would not like to see that happen. So why get excited about it? I'm not even expecting to ever see that. It's not going to happen. If it does, whatever. Fair enough. And I don't think it moves the markets either. That's the other thing. So it probably a bit of a nothing burger. Would appreciate you. And next time, we want those crazy trades of the day there, David.
Yeah. That's why I thought we'd be reading.
Thought we get one of those. Let's go to the desk. We've got Sia.
Ooh.
Oh, Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. So let's quickly talk about today's economic releases. The initial job claims and counting jobless claims came out today, with the initial jobless claims coming out at 8:30. The previous number being around 192,000, consensus around 220,000, but the actual number came out around 236,000. And the counting jobless claims also came out at 8:30 a.m. today. The previous number being around 1.93 million, consensus 1.95, but the actual came out 1.8 million, which considered a bit better. And some quick headlines for you today. BKRB is up 0.5%, as Warren Buffett is set to officially hand over the reins to now Vice Chairman Greg Abel on Jan 1st. The company stock is up 0.58% despite concerns over a shift in the way the company will operate under the new leadership. And let's also quickly look at DIS, Disney. Shares of Disney are doing 0.6% higher after last night's close. This deal with OpenAI, Disney said that it will be investing $1 billion in equity, will allow Sora and ChatGPT image users to generate AI content with some of Disney's copyrighted characters limited to Mickey Mouse, Ariel, and Cinderella. Very cute. Back to the guys.
I think, Sia, yeah, I think that Disney idea is a pretty cool one there. I think that's the next sort of iteration of all of these large language models. Like, I talk about it with my son all the time, and he's really into it. I mean, I've really been blessed to have, two kids that are really into AI and technology and everything like that, robotics. And, my one kid that's at university was robotics amazing. Then my son right now, 13 years old, loves all that talk. And we always talk about like which large language model, and he's recently switched over to Gemini, and it's like which one's going to be the one. So I think deals like this for Disney with OpenAI, I mean, eventually they're all going to have to merge together, right? And I mean, making stories now that might include some of the Disney properties, Star Wars stuff, as well, all that princess, like anything that's involved with Disney, I think it's a good win. And I think it's a win for OpenAI and ChatGPT. And so I like this for Disney. I like it for just ChatGPT in general. I think Sora, we talk about Nano Banana Pro, that's Gemini's version. Sora is going to be Chat's version. And could there be one winner? Yes, but there could be room for both. And we talked about Anthropic coming to market very, very soon. But ChatGPT is its own sort of thing. And we said that there is some risk associated with Microsoft right now. And if this whole spend with Oracle, and if they can't sort of figure out how to monetize, that's one thing. But I think with Disney, we have known entities now. Excuse me, just chugging some water over here. That's going to be a good win for Disney, and I think the market today is respecting that. And Disney, what I meant to do is show you this day chart, now breaking above the 200-period moving average. Good story today. I don't think there's any reason to think this is a negative. And then they also sent that cease and desist order to Google for warning them that, hey, look, like, make sure that you guys aren't using any of our properties or anything like that. I think that's a win for them as well. And then plus they give an investment of $1 billion into OpenAI. I know it's not huge or anything, but at the end of the day, like when OpenAI becomes public, Disney's a way of playing them now, at least a little bit. I think Microsoft is what, 30 billion or something? So Disney's a pretty small investment into this space, but I like it for them, and I think it's a win for Disney, especially right now with everything that's going on with WBD, Warner Brothers, right? Now, I don't want to compare, like, I don't know which one has the better, IP, right? I mean, Warner Brothers has a lot, Casablanca, like, all the Warner Brothers movies that there are, the Looney Tunes franchise. It goes on and on. Anything HBO, all. They
got Harry Potter.
Yeah, but I mean, is Harry Potter big? Is Star Wars a bigger price than Harry Potter?
Well, they both have great stuff.
Yeah,
Game of Thrones.
Huge.
Well,
Sopranos, anything that's
Sopranos,
on HBO.
Game of Thrones spin-offs, like.
Yeah, what's that new show that's the hotels that we always watch there? It's different every time.
Blue Lotus?
White
Lotus.
No, we'll just go with Black Lotus, it's fine. But it is White Lotus.
That's a good show, man.
It's a great show. It's one of our favorites. We've been watching on Netflix now, Tires. We talked about this the other day, Shane Gillis. It's actually pretty funny.
Tires?
It's TVMA, but it's funny. It's really funny. It's a bunch of guys, a bunch of mechanics that run a tire shop. And it's pretty funny.
Shane Gillis is great.
Yeah, it's really funny. And he's actually like, I feel like he's real in it. Like, I don't know, it's a fun show. So if you guys are watching something, the wife and I, right now, once the kids are in bed around 10 o'clock these days, I think, look, to get my 13-year-old to go to bed anytime like before 11:30.
No chance he's asleep by 10.
No, we put,
That's
Gia goes down, around 10. She's busy. Like, I don't even see the wife tonight till 8:30. Like, we've got hockey, and then I've got chess. It's just a busy, busy time in the Katina household. But anyways, tires, a show that we're watching right now. Okay, back to the market.
It's 2 seasons, okay, good.
Back to the future. Yeah, I think we're almost done season 2 right now. And they're all 20 minutes. It's a sitcom.
Oh, 20, that's perfect. I get 20 minutes to watch on my phone each night.
Maybe it's 25 minutes, but it's a sitcom, so each one is 30 minutes at most. But anyways, okay, so let's get back to the markets here. Oracle running around. I always use, first of all, we have the trade analyzer that you guys use, the visualizer, but look at this. Like, these are what we're looking at right now. It's Oracle right there. It's Netflix moving around. It's Nvidia. It's the triple Qs. It's the Nasdaq. Oh, we got some questions. What do you think about Robinhood, Neil? Like, this is down 10% today. I've sort of been...
But Bitcoin bounced.
I know. I've been sort of negative on the name a little bit there, just in the fact that I don't really like a name that goes up and down with the crypto market, and I feel like Robinhood does rely a lot on crypto trading right now. It's something like 10% of their trading is actual equities. And I know they've talked about tokenizing, and I think that would be important. I don't know if that's going to get the pass-through of the regulators, but I think that that's something pretty cool for them. It's just Robinhood right now, PE in the 60s or 70s, I believe. Just not... As far as the fintech is concerned, it might be okay, but remember, everything that's like PayPal was real hot for a minute, and then it wasn't. And okay, so it's actually only 60 right now, the forward and the current PE for Robinhood. So there might be something there, but I don't know. I'd rather buy this a little bit lower. Like, are you a buyer of this down 10%?
I'd say 90 to 110, somewhere in this range. I'm looking at look, in this market right now,
Right back.
I'm looking at, if I'm buying something in the long term, I don't even care about the daily chart. The daily chart's meaningless to me. I'll use that for like setting up day trades or a swing trade or something. But it's a monthly or a weekly. And for Robinhood, when I look at the monthly chart, you're going to be 10% down or 9% down on a flat day, and actually a V-shaped recovery in the market. I don't like that in the first place. It shows a lot of it just shows a lot of relative weakness, and it's not unreasonable. You've got to remember, $10, beginning of last year, $10. Like, if it pulls back, it's not going to go to $90 to $100. Minor market pullback, this easily could go to $100. Bitcoin gets to that 75 area, which I still believe we're going to get a chance to buy, then I think Robinhood can be down there. I think that's what I would be waiting for. The same way I'm waiting for lower prices on SoFi, I'd be waiting for lower prices on Robinhood as well. And today, I had no idea. You know what, which I can't even call lunch is not even an excuse, because like this apparently was way weaker than I realized before we even went to lunch. They really took it on the chin today. Sometimes it's telling you something, because it's a bit of a bounce day. Bitcoin held 90,000. We're at 91.2. You can't blame it on Bitcoin right now. Let's go to Adara.
U.S. President Donald Trump posting on Truth Social right now about AI in China. So I'm just going to read the post for you guys. The Wall Street Journal has another ridiculous story today that China's dominating us and the world in the production of electricity having to do with AI. They're wrong, all caps, as usual. Every AI plant being built in the U.S. is building its own electric generating facilities. The approvals are being given carefully, but very quickly in a matter of weeks. Any excess electricity being produced is going to our electric grid, which is being strengthened and expanded for other purposes than AI like never before. In other words, AI has far more electricity than they will ever need because they're building the facilities that produce it themselves. We're leading the world in AI by far because of a gentleman named Donald J. Trump, end post. I want to mention as well here with this post, kind of interesting as well, I was seeing a report from The Information, which I mentioned, I believe, during the midday, suggesting that NVIDIA is going to be having a summit about electricity shortages with regards to AI. So I don't know when that's going to be, but either way, interesting topic being addressed by President Trump as we send you back to Neil.
Thank you very much, Adara. And Chuck of all trades. Oh, why did this not work? There we go. There he goes. That was a little slower than usual there, Fabian, but it did work. Who pissed in Google's coffee today? Well, first of all, that's just, that's nasty. You don't want that. But Alphabet, like you have to remember, like Sean mentioned the story that just happened specifically with Disney, right? Like Disney, everyone's talking about data. What are you allowed to use? What are you not allowed to use? Hey, you're using our information to generate images or video or to train your AI. and you need to pay us for that. So what happened today is Disney went exclusive essentially with OpenAI and sent a cease and desist for Gemini for them to stop using their images and their property. So that's what happened to Alphabet. Now, does it necessarily deserve all that? It's hard to say. I think it'd be difficult to price all that right now. I still think they're absolutely fine, but you've got to keep in mind how strong the stock has been. You know, the next time we point out a channel like this, look at this long channel on Google, and then it finally broke it out. Pay attention to those when it happens. AMD had a downward channel like that and went ham afterwards. You got to pay attention. We just broke down support here on Alphabet. So a healthy pullback gets you to 300, and 280 is not stupid. And I think you buy the 280 with open arms. But yeah, the story that happened there was that Disney story. So it's not like Google didn't just flat bottom break out of absolutely nowhere. There is an actual story going on with this. Call it an exclusivity deal for Disney and OpenAI, and then saying, hey, Gemini, you're not going to be able to use us. And it feels a little harsh. I don't know that Google needs to drop 2 points on that, but it did. So it doesn't matter what I think. That's the story, and it dropped 2%.
How's the thing? Google's just going back and forth. Like, there's that TPU issue. They've got the deal with Meta. Hopefully that's going to come through. But yeah, I know you just talked about Google, so I'll sort of stay off of that. You know, a name that we haven't talked about a lot on this show recently is Coinbase. Like, we've been watching out for Bitcoin going down. You can look at names like Mara or Hut 8 or anything like that. But Coinbase really bounced quite nicely off this 240 area. I think there's a decent buy zone. You know, like, there's going to be winners and losers in the crypto space. Coinbase is one of the largest, is probably, I don't know if Binance is, like, I don't know what the action is in Asia or anything like that, but as far as US entities are concerned for crypto, like, I think Coinbase and Robinhood, we talked about Robinhood already, Coinbase is a huge company right now in the crypto space that I think needs to get bought next time it falls into this area. So I know Ramin was asking me a little bit about Robinhood earlier. I really think Coinbase might be a little bit of a better play there, more of a pure play against crypto. So that would be something for me to look at there with Coinbase. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with these TQs here. But that would be a trade there. All right, let's look at some of the names that you guys are talking about. I mean, Neil and I just tend to have a, blabbing on a little bit about everything. I'm just going to refresh this. Here's what we call the stock visualizer. All right, so every single time you go into the chat and you hit a $ and you put a symbol on here, we got to give a big shout out to Fabian. I mean, what a great job Fabian, Ramin, and Andre are doing behind the scenes. Like, you guys don't see enough of this, but like all that stuff behind us there, the big board, all of that, like Brendan, everybody that's working hard behind us to make sure that we have the best viewing experience. This thing has added a lot, right? Like, I don't even know what the hell Miggy is over here right now. So, well, it's definitely, maybe this is broken. I don't think its price is 0 right now, but we could definitely have a look at, oh, sorry, all these prices right here are 0. So maybe I have to refresh this a little bit. But anyways, this will give us, yeah, iRobot. So something's not working on this, Fabian, just to let you know. But SMX, beat. We had some news about pets there. I think it's a little bit of a buyout. There's your BTTC. So every time you vote, it gives us a little bit of an idea to look at these things. So let's look at some that are a little bit more random here that potentially we haven't looked at. So I'm going to call up MIGI right now and try to figure out what exactly is up on this one. MIGI. Let's have a quick look over here. Yeah, right, $11, $12. We had this stock earlier during our first show there when it was starting to break out. And look at that, take out this high in and around $10. I know Adara's busy over there, so I'm gonna search MIGI. Okay, she's gonna look into it. Mawson International shares up. Company, oh, they had a presentation today. So I don't know if this is a day 2 or day 3 play, but it looks like they had some good news, Adara, back late November.
It's a day 1 play.
Okay, but
this was announced today, as far as I can tell. It says this has been Zynga as of like 1:24 p.m.
Oh.
They were currently presenting at the Emerging Growth Conference.
Right, there was a story though, Adara. I don't know if this is a reverse split. I think this looks like a reverse split right there on November 21st. Got it from 30 cents up there to, yeah, so it has to be up to $5 and now starting to go a little bit higher. So MIGI right now halted.
Correct, 1 for 20.
Correct. Thank you, Adara. 1 for 20 split there. So boom, boom. Upside into $10, into 14. Now halted. Halted at 1071 with a tap of 11. So MIGI, man, if those of you that sort of sniffed this one out early, congratulations. Big winner there. The other one was pets. So again, I'll call on Adara. Looks like this will be a news story here for PETS. Yeah, it was a bio, right?
Unsolicited
takeover rumors there for pets. Adara will get us that news again. But up 82%.
That's the news. That's exactly the news. So.
Perfect. Yeah, so right there. So there it goes, upside on PETS. And, you know, if you found us out of the blue, welcome. We're live every single day at 8 a.m. We've got Adara back there searching through these news stories, and she's done a great job. You've done a great job, you know, focusing on said stories and giving us them real time. So Neil and I can either trade off them or not right there. And pet's not moving, but it looks like it was earlier. Hearing in my ear that we're going to go to Adara, so let's go now.
Keep an eye on NVIDIA here. I just saw this on X. It looks like Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren is calling for NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang and U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick to testify after Trump's decision to allow sales of NVIDIA's H200 chip to China. So again, Elizabeth Warren calling, at least reportedly calling for NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang and U.S. Commerce Secretary Lutnick to testify with regards to these NVIDIA sales in China. Back to you.
Fine. I mean, wasn't it the president that made this decision? So yeah, I mean, I think when you're talking about, we can go over and have let's just look at it because again, you guys are here for the news. A lot of you are, and so are we. So looks like NVIDIA does dip down a little bit on that. Look, Jensen is like
rockstar.
I was gonna say like the world's best salesman. I don't know. I mean, every time I hear the guy talk, you leave with him, you know, thinking that he's right. So I think that, you know, he made a talk about quantum spiked. Like this guy knows, and I think he has a good, you know, pulse on the situation. So getting him talking more about, you know, this business, I think is a win. So I don't, you know.
You call him the best salesman.
I'm not worried about it.
If you watch The Wire, Sean,
which I have not.
You'd understand the line from like a Stringer Bell when he says, it doesn't matter what corner you have or what where you sling, all that stuff. Product is what matters. He's like, we got the best product, doesn't matter what corner we're standing on. The fiends are going to come to us. That's the line he said.
Reminds me of, was that the blue there in Breaking Bad?
No, that's what I'm saying. So Jensen, of course you're the best salesman if you've got the best product, if you've got what everybody needs. And then on top of that, and I'm making the analogy to The Wire, stay off drugs, everybody. Because
that'd be a good thing.
No, when you're in their ecosystem, it makes it difficult to get out. You're training on the NVIDIA chips. It's not that easy to move away from them. So they have that advantage. It's not only first mover. It's not only all the market share. They are able to grab you and hold on to you. And it's the same way. Like that type of a business, it's easy to be a good salesman. Let's be real about it. That's almost a perfect.
I mean, most CEOs are supposed to be salesmen. The best reason, this is the reason why I'm in Palantir. It's the reason why I'm never selling NVIDIA. I love NVIDIA. It's founder-led. These guys built the business, they started the business, they had a vision, and now that it's being realized, of course they're billionaires. I mean, this is, you know, they have this is the part of, you know, we only have Canada, but this might as well be USA. Shout out to capitalism. You know, you have a business, you build it out, and it works.
You know, my gripe about when people knock on capital. So one of the things that you'll often hear as a knock in, and first of all, it's not really, like capitalism is a distribution of, essentially it's not about the free markets. Free markets are free markets. Free market capitalism is the term. Capitalism is really something a little bit different.
An economic term.
What we should be talking about is a free market system where you're winners and losers based on merit. And no one ever wants to talk about the 99 firms that fail trying to do what NVIDIA does, or the 99 firms that fail trying to do what Tesla does. And ultimately what happens is a bunch of people invest in ideas and most of them fail. But you know what? The engineers that get paid trying to make a company work and all that, they still get paid and the investors lose. And then that one succeeds and then everyone hates on the person that succeeds. Well, you know what? Failure is how everything works in this world. We don't get anywhere without failure. You didn't get to the moon, and yes, the USA did go to the moon. Don't at me with all that your nonsense. They went to the moon successfully, but there were a lot of failures on the way. People lost their lives in the space program. That's how you grow. So you got to reward people that take chances and are willing to fail, like Jensen did, and like Elon did for years.
Also,
because there's going to be a bunch of Eric Miltons out there.
Yes. that his name? No, it's not. I think it's Trevor.
Oh, Trevor Milton. Eric Milton was a pitcher for the Twins. My bad.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a baseball fan. That's my bad. We got a super chat. I was gonna.
Yeah, I know. We had just had. Oh.
What?
Okay, you're welcome. We talked about that. You were gone.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's another stock. Miguel Cabrera. No. Yeah, it was another stock that they're presenting today at some sort of a conference. So you're welcome to that one. But here it is,
That's
right here.
halted down, by the way.
I know. It's halted. It's still halted. We discussed it already. But okay, so Dave's dumbed down trade of the day. Okay. If Oracle okay, so hockey, so right in my territory here. If Oracle took a puck to the teeth, I thought I said Juneteenth there, took a puck. And by the way, don't get me talking about Donald Trump in the national parks, okay? If Oracle took puck to the teeth, AVGO is a backup goalie, okay. While Nvidia down is yet to seen, if yet seen files show allegedly people like Jamie Dimon in there, shock waves, not conspiracy, 19th. Okay, so what are you trying to say? Why is Nvidia down if its files show allegedly people like Jamie Dimon is in there? All right, so we're talking about why Nvidia is down. I think you're right about Broadcom. I don't know, maybe I've had too many glasses of wine, but I don't really know what that means. But I think you're right about Oracle. I think Oracle right now is taking the brunt of the AI spend. I think we know that. And the thing is, if the debt market dries up, that's where Oracle's tapped out, right? But Oracle also, with its recent down move, it's probably much better valued than obviously it was at $320 down here at $195.
Would you buy Broadcom up here?
I've already said that I think the best days for AI are a little bit behind them. Not that the move is over, but just that I said next year I don't expect the same kind of explosive growth in these names that we've seen this past year.
It'll be another place.
Neil, what was Broadcom? Broadcom last January was $240?
Yeah, but I mean.
Oh, we're not split adjusted, or are we? No, that chart's fine.
The April low.
Forget about that.
Okay, fine. Like, yeah, so January will
Yeah,
be.
like where were we for the year is what I'm saying.
240.
So how much are we up?
160. Yeah, that's a.
80%? I can't see. What is the price?
500%?
Right, so you're up 70% year to date on Broadcom.
This tool should work.
I mean, if you go up another 60% next year, what are we even talking about? You know, like, is this going to be an $8 trillion? Well, I guess it just broke $1 trillion. So is this going to be a $2 trillion company? Like, I don't know. So for me, is Broadcom going to help save the day? I don't know if the day needs saving. I mean, the Nasdaq's only down 0.4. I think Broadcom will probably guide a little bit light, to be honest with you. I don't know. We'll see. My bet would be maybe more on the short than the long. So to your question, I think Broadcom is, I wouldn't buy it up here.
They're a little frothy. But like to the other side of your question there, I understand, look, if, and I think everyone knows what you're talking about. We don't need to get too much.
Yeah, he's just talking about just a trade idea, not one
I would tend to think that that kind of a potential shockwave to the markets based on what names could be in there or not is probably more often than not a buying opportunity.
All right.
In a lot of sense. But
I have well, let's put a poll up. You can do it, or Ramin, you're watching, so we could do this too. Let's just say, what stock is up more today?
He's not here today.
What stock is up? No, but she's watching. What stock is up more? You could do it.
Well,
Neil's going to do it.
I'll do it.
All right. More, you know, what stock's up more? Like, I want to talk about positive. I'm not talking about the move, but about which stock's up tomorrow more. Is it going to be Broadcom? Is it going to be Lululemon? Or is it going to be Costco? You know, I think you get Costco with like a very conservative name. You know, if you think the other two are going to lose, then you're going to pick Costco. I think Broadcom, obviously, if you think the AI spend is real and going to continue, you're going to pick Broadcom. And then based on what AEO has been doing, based on what Abercrombie has been doing, based on what Urban Outfitters has been doing, you may choose Lululemon. So I think which stock, or would you rather own heading into earnings? How about that?
I was going to say up at the open tomorrow.
Sure. Which stock is up most? I don't know the proper English for this, but I think that's interesting.
And most sounds better.
My choice before you put it up is going to be Lululemon.
So we'll go.
Not just because I own all three of those names, by the way. I just think Lululemon, and I don't own Broadcom individually. I'm just talking about the general AI trade. I would choose Lululemon just because of the movement that we've seen recently in retail.
I love the monthly chart on Lulu.
All right, so here's the vote right now. So it's up. And look, if you want to be part of this vote, man, you got to subscribe. Get over there, be a subscriber, get into this chat. I'm choosing Lululemon, and I expect to be in the minority. So we'll check it out. What do you think?
Than you think.
What are you going to vote for?
I own one of those three stocks, and I bought it recently because I said if Lulu closed last month, positive on the monthly, where's my monthly chart?
I am wearing Lululemon boxers right now.
I have never owned a Lululemon product.
And
I have
socks.
never bought a Lululemon product. But look at the monthly chart on this stock.
Not wearing the socks.
There is your triple bottom. Look at the hug of the 200 period moving average. From a technical standpoint, if you're going to buy the dip, that's 3 tags of the 200 period, close green. I said if this happened, buy, and 250, 325. It's purely technical here, so I'm kind of hoping there's not a bad
Joe,
quarter.
get your mic on for a
I
second.
absolutely love that. So to me, it's going to be Lululemon. I don't own any Costco. I like Walmart over Costco. The viewers are overwhelmingly, relatively speaking, choosing Broadcom. And you're probably right in terms of what is the best company out of those 3 right now, being Broadcom, 46 to 29 to 26. That's actually, it's not that bad. It is closer than you'd think. You wouldn't expect to see a chart like Lulu and have a quarter of the viewers actually pick it.
No, that's why I figured that was going to be. We saw yesterday Lulu, Sharif was wearing his Lulu shirt. I just checked. Normally I have the socks on, but I do not.
A year ago, way more people would be picking Costco, but it's just
I think so.
struggling.
Costco's going to be the conservative pick. Like if you think the other 2 names are going to be down, you would pick Costco. That's all. Right. All right. I ran into Joe. I went and got a quick coffee. Are you mic'd up, Joe? Yeah. Okay. So Joe, update on the fried chicken, please.
Yeah, we had to reiterate our rating on that one there to a 5.5. Started to upset the stomach a little bit. So an analyst rating change right there, a downgrade.
Downgrade.
Fried chicken.
All right, thank you.
From a buy to a hold, guys. A
Buy to a hold. Maybe buy to neutral right there. All right, that is what's that was what was for lunch. So,
You just ate it. It can't upset your stomach.
Neil, why are you so defensive of fried chicken?
Because it was delicious.
I mean, honestly, like this is first of all, this segment is what's for lunch. We talked about
Delicious. That's why.
Joe's not denying the deliciousness. He's talking about the after effects.
You're supposed to be with Jamaican.
I thought they do. Why does that have to do with the Jamaican?
Iron stomach.
Okay, iron stomach. All right. I mean, I could buy that.
Straight up. No, it's no, seriously.
No, I don't think Joe's been sick yet. He's just saying. Okay, what's up with Darryl? What do you think
There is
about?
a short report in Nvidia. It's been posted. It's called, it has quite the name. It's actually called the supply side gluttony recurrence. Nothing is new here. We know that he has been like bearish on these AI plays, but apparently he actually just posted an official short report.
So how desperate is he getting? Come on, you're posting short reports on Nvidia. We all know the story there. Darryl, did you have any fried chicken or?
I mean, I'm not done yet. I had some of it. I quite enjoyed it. I found the potatoes to be a bit spicy, but I did enjoy the chicken. And I'm excited to have the biscuit later today.
God, it's all about the biscuit.
Spicy potatoes. Okay, now we're in a whole new level.
Like, there's already biscuits for the starch and for the carbs. The potatoes was overkill. It's not.
Yeah, forget about those
so Michael
macros.
Burry with a short report.
Yeah, so let me see. When was that out, Adara? Is that just
his-
recently dropped?
I was seeing, as far as I saw on X, this was posted a couple minutes ago. It seems like it just was released. It's called, again, the supply side gluttony recurrence, I believe is the name. That, yeah, just check. That is, in fact, the name. Again, guys, it is Michael Burry. That is the person who posted this report.
I thought I followed him. I guess I don't.
Look, I'm not going to disagree.
Cassandra.
I mean, is there going to be a supply side, too much supply out there? Yes, there probably will be at some point, but we've already, look, Oracle just reported last night, backlog. We know NVIDIA backlog. Like, these companies have backlogs. So they have orders that are signed, signed, ready to get delivered. So I don't know if NVIDIA has a supply side issue or not right now, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna have a problem with supply. It might be demand, right? So if there's too much supply, I guess that's what he's talking about. There might not be enough orders to fill all this supply, and I guess we'll just wait to see. That's why tonight's report for Broadcom is so important. Unlike Marvell, unlike some of those recent AI names that have reported, including Oracle. Remember, Oracle's EPS was great. They nailed it, man. It was a huge beat. EPS, huge beat. But it's just like their forward guide and their look on the spend was a little bit too much. So let's see what Broadcom says. He might have nailed it. Burry might be right. I mean, you know, he talked about Palantir. First of all, I don't know if he's out or not on Palantir, but you know, to call a short moments before earnings when you know the market is toppy and then this happens, fine. Okay, I want to know what Burry's opinion is now that we've come all the way back. Is he still in Palantir short? What does he like about that position?
And then why I know he's still in?
And then we also know that he was short Nvidia earlier as well.
Nobody puts out a short report without having a position. Why would you?
Is he still in though? Because the Palantir report was like a month ago.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a market top thing. Like if Nvidia tumbles, everything tumbles a bit. So My guess is, and I don't know, I'm just going to make the assumption that you're still in. What's the point of putting out the short report if you've exited your positions? And if you weren't stopped out of Palantir short before, like why would you be at
Well, I mean, part of it's supposed to be integrity. Like if he really feels it, but he's allowed to put out whatever
you want?
what he wants.
And now he doesn't have to.
Palantir was at $10. Don't
Yeah, he
believe me.
deregistered his Scion Capital, so now he can be a little bit more, what's the word? Like under the radar, I suppose. Right?
Yeah. I mean, the minute you file, here's our Palantir hat given to me by old trader Prad when the stock was at $10, and I was loving Palantir then. It's part of the reason why, honestly, man, we've done really well on that stock, and I mean, we continue to watch it. Palantir even today, I mean, the fact that it's, look, we all have.
Miggy's at $8.
Yeah, that was the other thing. I mean, this
stock is dying.
It's reopened 3 times, right?
So, normally wouldn't celebrate a stock dying, but one of the viewers is short this thing, so we can celebrate it. Like it's usually, I don't want anyone to get rinsed, and I hope nobody's caught.
No. Look, Adair, you weren't here when you came back, and it was just they're at a conference. It was a reverse split. Look at this. This thing was 30 cents 3 weeks ago.
Oh goodness. Well,
so this is not. So first of all, let's look at a chart. So I know it's going like crazy right now. That's the reverse split. So nothing changes in the company except for the shares come back in. So that's all that happens. So it doubles or triples or this in case this 20 times the price, but nothing's changed in the stock. So a stock is 30 cents for a reason. It's getting smoked, it's getting killed. They're below $1. What the problem is and why stocks reverse split, generally speaking, is the fact that the Nasdaq, which this name is on, sends out a compliance letter that states that you have to get above $1 or you're going to get delisted. And when you get delisted, then you go over to, shout out to Jeff Mendo, hopefully he's somewhere, they'll go down to the OTC markets or be delisted, period. So what they do is they take back some shares, reverse split, so it's not cut in half, it's the other way around. And if you own 1,000 shares here, then you only own 100, for example, now, if it's 10 to 1, and then it goes back up to $5 or $6. After that, generally speaking, you'll get a spike up. Now that's interesting because it does come back in, then spikes up again, and right now it's heading back lower. So to me, I think you're actually fine in this stock until it breaks below this $4 mark. Once it breaks down there, then you probably head back. I mean, the perpetual splitter in Mullen, first of all, it's halted now with the tap of $7 again, but
there's no Mullen.
Mullen got split probably 10 times until, I don't know how they got around it, but then they started renaming the stock, and what is that? What it is now?
Shout out to the OTC markets because they
BINI,
BINI, and they're not done falling. That is.
Yeah.
They went to the OTC at 60 cents. It is now back to 10 cents. All roads always lead to 10 cents on this. It's about the easiest short in market history. Wherever Mullen splits to, you short it, and then you don't buy back till it goes under 20 cents.
This is to me, but I think it's for both of us. I just want to see what it says. So let's read this together. If Nvidia chips are great, those costs won't. Others, by knocking them off or ganging together the chips and chips prices, can evaluations last? So I think that's the problem. I think that's what Burry's saying, right? There's going to be too many chips out there.
Margins won't last.
No, but on anything, right? Tesla margins.
Yeah, that doesn't. It's not necessarily an overall whole. Like it doesn't mean that you will fall apart. Nobody maintains 50, 60% margins forever, 80, 90% market share forever. That's not necessarily the story.
The minute your margins get too high, people come in and squeeze them.
Yeah, but the real question is if some of the projections of the overall piece of the pie, like the addressable market, are as large as they expect, then it might not matter at the end of the day. And nothing about the build out and spend right now is suggesting that that is true. So it's a lot of the fundamental arguments that Burry's making are absolutely right. But the crazy thing about anytime you're trying to predict when a bubble will burst is there are a lot of instances where growth simply outpaces the rationality of where it should slow down. And shorts get burned before there's an actual top. That's what makes picking tops so ridiculously impossible. Why do you think that most of the successful short firms are picking on stocks like Mullen? Because they can just dump it knowing that there's nothing there. We're trying to call a top on Nvidia when so many people that are buying this are like, well, that's fine. If it has a poor 2026, who cares? I only have to worry about where it is in 2035. There's always going to be dip buyers like that on Nvidia, and that's the problem really for. And I'm not saying he's wrong or anything. Like I'm not buying Nvidia here. I think you want to wait a bit.
Oh boy.
Into next year, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, we've talked about it. That's part Here, let's just check out this.
I just saw this in the chat. Someone just goes, Mullen CEO has always been the problem. Look, man, I don't even know who the Mullen CEO is. I just know that's the biggest scam of a company that I've ever seen. I've been trading a long time, and I've never, that one, and there was another company, Camber Energy. Camber Energy. Mullen and Camber Energy were the two most disgusting CI. Is it CI?
Not CI, it's
something like that. Anyways, both of those two were absolutely disgusting in terms of just over the top, consistent dilution, and somehow people would still invest in them. And you just see how much they lost. And they would just put hedge funds, kids through college over and over again, shorting them. I think it was CEI. But I could be wrong about that. Sundial.
Oh, CI. That's better.
Camber Energy. They probably don't exist anymore.
By the way, right now, a name that I wouldn't say I've been pumping this name, but we're long, and we actually got Brian. I mean, I'll say pat on the back, man. We got Brian Shannon long on BBAI. So that's nice. So, I've been in this name since $4. We do like it there. Now BBAI it's up, 50, 75% or so, or 50%, sorry, from 4 to 6. Right now, 4 to 7, actually. So a little bit higher in the long-term account. I like it. I think it goes higher from here. I really like, my most recent buy is Target in the mid-80s, Lulu down there in the 7. We bought Lulu twice. We bought it before last earnings, then we bought it day 3 after their last earnings call. So we'll see if Lululemon can report really well tonight. But here it goes, man. Big Bear AI. These guys, I do think, all of the AI involved with some of the airports and whatnot that they're doing, the big transportation AI. We talked about IoT as well, Samsara. So I like Big Bear AI. I think with the World Cup coming through, you could get some more talk about Big Bear AI. But anyways, like the stock, there it goes, a little bit higher right now, BBAI. Open Door, I know you were trading it earlier, but still bouncing around 7. It does break 7. 7's been a key area for Open. I mean, Open Door. Now the focus might be on next door, but this rate into here, good levels. Looks like 675. Let's lower our expectations now and say 675. Right there for Open Door. What a great, since basically this is September, okay? This is a daily chart. There's only been 2 days underneath 675 since September. So this is basing out, and I think Open Door, I won't anoint it now, but it's getting close. I think this one can go to 10 again, Open Door off those levels. So I've talked.
Buying 7.
Yeah, but before I, put my name on it, I'm going to wait for Open Door, but I do think it's close right now to be bought. And I know you were long earlier or short or whatever, but that $7 mark, pretty key right there for Open Door. And then I'll just talk about the only trade that I have on. It's coming into the 200 period. I've been getting out. We're getting lighter and lighter on this one. For me, the trade might be Google. We are now 10 minutes away from the open market imbalances, which will happen on limit on close orders. So AT&T right now, it's never a mover. We can click on it just to see. I don't want to say never. Okay, well, not much. Kenvue always seems to have some open orders on it right there into the close. I actually like Charles Schwab. We talked about this one and Capital One are 2 banks that I think are interesting. Sorry, not banks, but 2 different fintech plays that I think are interesting right into there. BAC. We could have a quick check on JP Morgan if they're all the way back. They were yesterday up. Okay, it's all the way back. 317. All right. Wow. All right, talk about a dip by opportunity. This is no lies. Chart don't lie. This was at $300 yesterday. Fed came, blasted it through. Now you're all the way back to all-time highs again for JP Morgan. Wow. Good thing we didn't sell that near the lows. And then we didn't sell any of it. We haven't sold any of JP Morgan pretty much. And then Netflix right there. I think we got some out at 300. Netflix right there. We're long at 220. Netflix heading south side. So I think you might be right about that one, waiting to see if there was any discussion there about a future bid. And guess what? Unfortunately, I'm going to hit the fail on this one because it's just this name continues to fail. It opened up and halted immediately again. This name hasn't been open for more than 2 minutes or so since this move. So open, 1 minute, 2 halt, 1 minute, 2 halt, 1 minute, 2 halt. Downside there.
The other thing is you can see imbalances on those. The problem is for a stock that illiquid, they'll be really small. So I have a locator where I just have a couple of symbols. I have BA on there because of yesterday, but MIGI right now is indicating a very small sell. But that's what you'd expect. 13,000 would be the current sell. And it's going to be small because it's so incredibly illiquid. However, most of the time, that is very indicative of which direction it's going to go. Even if it's a small imbalance on a stock like this, it does tell you the overall direction. It's still looking like it's heading to the downside. The tap's lower, the imbalance is a sell imbalance, and it hasn't really paired off just yet there. It might be pairing off now to a small buy. But yeah, this one getting hurt. So if you're at real trading, you can always, there's two things you can do. Just create a list with only the stock you're interested in on and then throw that into your locator. Then you're only looking at the one symbol. Or you can sort by time. Because if you sort by time, other than the open or the close, then what you're going to see are, like something just halted, it'll be there. The problem is if you do it at the close, you'll see all the stuff that's happening at the close first. So you can isolate for just Miggy if you wanted to, but there's no real imbalance. Sometimes it's a few hundred shares on a stock like that, and that's it. I don't know if there's going to be any big residual. It's next week, right? Like, yeah, next week, Friday, will be the big imbalance day, the next big imbalance day. I would expect nothing huge until then. Like that, we get triple witching next week.
Oh, wow.
You get, it's not just quarterly rebalancing.
Oh, we forgot about that's year
It's
end.
end of the year rebalancing for the major indexes next week, Friday. That's a big deal.
I can't make this up. Marissa just messaged me and said I'm renewing our Costco membership because I forgot to do it. Yeah, so we're not single. We know what she needs to buy. We need to buy furnace filters. So shout out to home ownership right there, replacing the furnace filter. You buy like the 5 or 6 pack at Costco. It's a great deal, apparently. So anyway, she's there renewing it right now. But Costco coming after hours. We could throw to Adair. I don't know if you have a graphic regarding tonight's earnings or not, but maybe if we throw to Adair in a couple of seconds, we can have a quick look at that one. So whenever you're ready, let me know when Adair is ready. We'll throw that over there right now. I don't know why Robinhood is tanking the way it is, because when we started the day, Bitcoin was at 90,000. Now Bitcoin's at 91,000, and Robinhood is still going lower. So we'll go to Adair for the news there, but then I do want to find out what's going on with Robinhood, because down 10% seems a little much. I'm going to go to Adair in 1 second. I just want to see what SoFi is doing. Okay, so SoFi's up, so that's good. And then the other major fintech name that sort of goes with Robinhood a little bit. I mean, I don't want to compare the two yet, but Webull also down, but only down a quarter of what Robinhood's down. Anyways, let's go to Adair for maybe some tonight market recap. I don't know.
Keep an eye here in TSLA. Cox data showing that Tesla's U.S. sales have fallen to a nearly 3-year low in November of 2025, even though they did launch these more affordable Model Y and then also the Model 3. Here's the Costco earnings preview that you mentioned here, Sean. The man on the left of this co-founder, Jim Senegal, is the man who is famous for the hot dog and being very aggressive about keeping the hot dog priced at $1.50. If you want a hot dog infographic for Costco, there is one deeper in the abyss of Exit TTV research. If you go in the media tab, you can find that. But yeah, it's just the history of the Costco hot dog. Either way, Exit TTV research for all your infographic needs. And as I mentioned, I'll be going on vacation, but there will still be infographics flowing at a very aggressive rate. So keep an eye here on Exit TTV research.
Not done yet. Adara, please stay tuned with us. You mentioned the word vacation. Are you leaving the city? You have any plans?
Yes.
Okay, good. Nice. Good for you. Yeah, get out there, enjoy your vacation. Adara will not be here the next couple of days, back on Wednesday. So thank you, Adara. Enjoy. Please enjoy for sure. But good job there. Thanks for taking the time off. That's for sure. I mean, we all need time off. So Adara there, enjoy. That is for sure. Enjoy Yo Delph there. Shout out to Method Man. Release Yo Delph is a great song way back in the day. Okay.
Also a character in The Wire, Sean.
I got what?
Cheese.
Oh, cheese. Oh, okay.
Cheese from
Okay. I do.
You know what the funny thing is?
I obviously need to get into The Wire here.
Cheese. So Cheese's uncle is one of the main characters, Prop Joe. So everyone knows as a whole. If you're a fan of The Wire, like who would you be in The Wire?
Who would you be?
You'd be Prop Joe.
Well, I would be Prop Joe. Okay.
Yeah, you'd be Prop Joe. I think I was like Lester.
I may have to look this up.
Trust. Prop.
Oh, I trust.
Prop Joe is not bad.
All right. Yeah, so that's good. Glad to have Adara doing that, and we need to watch The Wire. All right, I do want to check in on this because we just talked about Costco right now. Which earnings names will be up the most at open tomorrow? Perfectly worded there. Broadcom. So yeah, everyone taking AI and then retail kind of just hovering. I am firmly on Lulu, and we're going to see if that hits tomorrow. So get your votes in there right now. Also, make sure you do hit the like and the subscribe. Oh, I want to talk about Alibaba. Look, yesterday I told you I got out of a quarter of my position at 160. We bought some at 160. We sold some at 160, and I'm actually waiting to see about Marvell getting a little bit more there. I did buy a little bit today in there, but not the full point there. But we'll see if Marvell can get going. I really like this stock. I think Marvell is in direct competition with Broadcom for many of the businesses that Marvell's in. So we'll see if they can sort of catch a little bit of a windfall here from today. So we're excited to see if Marvell and Broadcom, that's another reason why I'd love for Broadcom to beat. I think that'll be a good help for Mr. Marvell. Tesla, down 1.3% today, not doing much. Oh, I had written on the sticky note Rivian, and, you know, this was their...
What was the event?
I'm assuming their event was 1 o'clock.
Well, that couldn't have worked out.
There's the event at 12, so maybe it was 12. 12 o'clock, it gets right back, and we wrote down $17 on here, so it gets right back to 17, then goes, whoops, all the way down. So we nailed that. Unfortunately, we were not here during lunchtime, but there goes Rivian. Wow, what an aggressive move there. I'm not sure if there's stories about Rivian or what happened there on their conference.
Yeah, I can talk about what happened. So basically, honestly, most of it was kind of ho-hum, and you can tell from the stock reaction. The stock first reacted when they announced, hey, we don't need NVIDIA. We're going to be working on our own autonomous chip, basically, for autonomy. That basically, you know, came from RJ in the early portion of the event. Then we got a whole bunch of other people talking about a whole bunch of stuff. And then the second the event ended, around 1 p.m., the stock dropped. So it was a sell the news. That's why the stock kind of moved down. Like right after the event ended, this is just a look at Rivian's quarterly vehicle production, which, as you can see, is super scattershot. There's no kind of, you know, growth or decline pattern here. It would be a tough chart to trade, but either way here in terms of what the actual Rivian event. The biggest thing to say there was, yeah, I mean, the AV chip they're going to be currently working on. There's some platform announcements as well, but I think that chip was the biggest thing.
Doesn't sound like it necessarily.
Go big or go home, I guess.
was going to say, it doesn't sound like too much of a negative there. I mean, Alibaba basically all the way back, Alibaba, all the way back to where we were here on Rivian before the news. So yeah, Rivian's down 5% today, but it's not alone. That's why I called up Tesla. Tesla got hit early pretty good as well. Tesla was down 6%, man, down to 440. Now only down 1.5 or so, back up to 446. Maybe it wasn't down 6%, maybe it was down 5%, but bouncing nicely there. Okay, we are now 2 minutes away from these imbalances. Like Neil said, the year-end rebalance is coming starting late next week, and then into the week after that, and then we get Santa Claus rally and everything. So, yeah, not much on here for right now. BMNR might be the most interesting name, and that is, of course, just because it's liquid, right? I mean, 34 million shares, generally speaking, has an imbalance on it. I haven't really been able to figure out, like, what exactly is going on with it. It does have a big market on close print every single day, so there's definitely some interest there. Like, see, this is why I want to look into this. Like, see, like, why did this happen yesterday at the close? Like, you know, it absolutely, 5 minutes down, had a dump. So I want to see, like, because it's a sell, or where is it? There it is right there. It's a sell right now. Just wondering, like, what does that do? Do we get a big sell there at the close? And then I'm not necessarily looking to participate in that. That's at the open. But these big volume spikes, there it is right there at the close. It's like when we whoosh down like that, if that's an imbalance problem, I want to buy down here. Because once the imbalance has been exhausted, look at the move back to the upside, right? Yesterday's close, that's what it was. Let's see if what happens today on the close. So for right now, I don't know where it went again. We did have a big, is it gone already? I don't see.
It just disappeared.
All right, so it's not there anymore with only 5 seconds to go. And I didn't mean to talk this long, but now we have 2 and 1. Here we go. So now we can see Kenvue CMCSA on their riot. Kenvue Intel with a buy. We'll see if that's spiking up a little.
Just got trailed out of Intel.
Okay, so Nvidia's with a buy as well. There's Costco with a bid. Oh, sorry, that's Cisco. Walmart. Okay, so it looks like right now a lot of bids. What's that doing to the market? Look at that little shoot up for the market. We are still long said market, so let's get out of a little bit of this at 01s. We'll punch out there on the TQs. A good successful trade there to end of the day. We are now ready to go over to Sia with 10 minutes left.
Thank you so much. Let's quickly talk about the small cap. Russell is up 1.2% and is at a high after a strong multi-month run, thanks to the expectations of a very easing monetary policy and a broadening rally beyond mega cap tech. We're also going to take a quick look at BTTC after the release of the company's latest product offering. The stock was up in the pre-market, but has literally reversed its entire gain and now is flat. And at the same time, RZLT shares are trading lower after a phase 3 Sunrise study failed to meet the primary and secondary endpoints. And that's all for now. Back to the guys. Thank you.
All right, primary endpoints. Yeah, what is BTCC doing?
Well, we've seen it before. BTT.
Oh, $4.
Yeah, I mean, almost all the way back. I mean, technically speaking, if you bought it at 830, you'd still be in the money 10%. I don't think you'd feel good about it, though.
Oh, good news for fans of Miggy. It was open for 7 minutes.
Good luck with
there, and now it's halted again
when
at
the air
6.
comes out, it's game over.
Probably does not reopen. So you're supposed to open up with at least 10 minutes left. It doesn't look like that will open. So at 4 o'clock, this will open back up. And then if you're long, all I can say is good luck, man. I'm not sure what this is going to do here at open at 4 o'clock, but watch out for MIGI opening up.
I don't think anybody holds a long through 5 halts down.
Might not be able to get out. Like, I mean, if people don't know the order, then you have to have the right order type.
Oh yeah, like if you're trading those types of small caps with the super low float that gets soaked like that, you shouldn't be trading them if you don't have access to market on open and market on close orders so that you can participate in the auctions, because sometimes using the auction reopen is a good place to get out because there's going to be liquidity at that reopen. Even if you're going to get screwed, it's better than holding to the next, I couldn't even punch out when it opened for 10 seconds and then it halts down. Then I couldn't even punch out. Or you could just bite the bullet and take that opening print. I've been in that boat before too. You get caught in a halt and you're like, well, it's bad, but you know what? If I don't take the liquidity off the open, it might be a heck of a lot worse. Everyone's been there. So I just covered Intel. It is what it is. Wanted to short into VWAP. It didn't break lower. It was also a buy and balance, so I trailed it out at break even when it did. And good point, chunk of all trades. Some people probably got in for the long hold. And oftentimes this does happen where you get like a gapper and you want to hold for the day 2 play. But I get it. Like sometimes you want to, but like, wouldn't that have been yesterday? I feel like the people, like usually that kind of play to hold for the gap is it goes day 1 on volume, and maybe you buy it thinking it'll be a 2-day play. So you bought it yesterday at 7 or 6 or whatever, thinking it'd be day 2. You've already got that. Why would any of those people still be in? None of these people would be crazy enough to, even if you bought it on this tip. And if you bought it at this top, certainly you had some kind of an out before it got into a halt. It's hard to imagine anyone's really caught long this, that didn't just get greedy. Greed's going to make you pay, for sure. Chunk of all trades, FOMO is absolutely a drug on DP. 100%. FOMO is a drug, but it's like 5 halts down, man. I'm sure they're out. Like, really. How many times does it have to halt? Outside of the last time I saw a stock halt more than 5 times where people were buying it all the way was that GameStop when it halted like 9 times that one morning and people could only go one direction because Robinhood was being Robinhood. Never forget that. Like it was, if you were watching that, it was like halt down, halt down, halt down. All you're saying to yourself is the moment this halts to the upside, just get long. And then you didn't even have to go long that because you could have just gone long AMC. You could have, and AMC was still open, by the way. Like when that one halted up, GameStop halted up that day, you didn't have to try to get that on the halt. You could just punch long cost, it was still open. You could punch long AMC, which was still open, and they all worked out. And it was a crazy turn. One of the biggest free money opportunities you'd see out there because GameStop was just leading the markets. Very dirty what ended up happening to a lot of people, but it was a good opportunity for traders.
Go watch dumb money there. But for too long, man, trading meant risking your own money or never having enough to start, to be honest with you. The fear of losing is what kept many traders, we just talked about FOMO, out on the sidelines. But of course, that is changing with Just Trade the Pool. They are transforming how traders access the market. They have a limited risk trading model. Traders use funded capital while Trade the Pool absorbs the downside. This allows traders to focus on what truly matters, discipline, consistency, and of course, growth. When you hit the profit target, you keep a whopping 70% of the profits. No fear, no barriers, just real opportunity. This is the revolution of limited risk trading, and of course, it is powered by TTP. Visit tradethepool.com or scan that QR code right there, and please do not scan that code. You do get 10% off of your evaluation cost of using the Trader TV Live promo code, which activates right there by scanning your code and get involved with Trade the Pool. All right, I'm just gonna get out now. There it is, we exit out of our TQQ position. Oh no, we didn't get filled. All right, offer 95, maybe we'll get this fill. Will we not? Okay, there it is, we get it. They're through 95s, we get that fill. Right now, or 94s actually, sorry. 94 out there on TQQ, good trade there at the end of the day, boom, to the upside. You know, got out near the highs, we did real good just recently as we were sort of just talking and to Sia there, to Dara, everything, right there at the highs of the day. So this trade is gonna be a great one, man. We have the lows of the day, literally the low of the day, and the high of the day multiple times right there for TQQ. So again, good trade there. We do take the hit on Apple and Nvidia, but make it there with the TQQ, which of course is your trading engine for the Nasdaq for myself. So that's what I use to trade that, and it was a successful one there. So yeah, that's it, man. 356, 357. We're excited because today we're gonna have Broadcom coming through. That should be really interesting. We had Oracle with a good read through of the market today. Of course, Oracle doesn't perform the best today, but does have a nice battle back. Let's see if Broadcom can hold true to that as well.
I think it's a win for Oracle today.
Me too. I mean, the fact that it didn't keep on tanking, so much negativity around Oracle, so it is nice to see them bouncing back. We have Lulu, and then we have Costco as well. And then you mentioned, I haven't checked RH. I like Restoration Hardware, but again, the problem with this is tariffs and whatnot, so we'll see what happens with RH. Actually, bled all day, really. Got a little bit of a bump at 2 p.m. there, but you can see by their stock, they've gotten hit pretty significantly now. And if we're gonna talk, like, look at this.
It's another heavy short.
This is actually
25% short float on RH. That's
I mean,
not
if
a bad
you're short, like,
opportunity.
when are you covering? Like, why are you still short? But anyways,
There's still more that it could go.
I guess so. But anyways, Restoration Hardware right there. High-end furniture. I just, I like the space. Every time I go in there, I feel like I don't deserve to be in there. But Restoration Hardware right now, fine stuff and great stuff, but the market right now not appreciating that. And again, I think it's a tariff story, so we'll wait to see on that one. And I think Costco as well, similarly, looking to fight the U.S. government on some of those tariff bills. We'll see if they comment.
The tariff story, it's already, before these earnings, RH has bounced off the Liberation Day low. Like, you've already bounced off that low. If we were there without support, but you've actually got some support off 140. So if we've held 140, this could be a potential breakout tomorrow. It's got the good short flow. You just need to have a good print. You know, you can't get away with a bad number here, unfortunately, for them. But there's something that could be interesting for tomorrow. Less than 1 minute to go. There weren't many imbalances, but whatever was there paired off. Oh, shoot. Matt Carnes in the chat, they bought through that. I was telling Matt, I was talking about Joby. That's why I had this one up. Somebody was selling 100,000 shares at 1550 on Joby, and Joby was at the high of the day. And Joby looks like it's breaking through that seller. And they must have printed it because it was on NYB, so I think that was real. Somebody taking some profit on Joby. Big day for them, 3.5%. And look at the nice bounce off 15 here. Bottoming tail candle. This one could be a breaker tomorrow. Hey, keep an eye on Joby for maybe a run at that 16 level tomorrow. As we only have about 30 seconds to go. V-shaped recovery. You got to like them. Maybe not on Nvidia all the way, but AMD certainly all the way, on Oracle all the way back, on the futures all the way back. So for most of the market, it was a good V-shaped recovery. And let's get to that closing bell. And
already?
Oh my God. Yeah, it's already 3:50. Thank you, Jeff, for a fantastic lunch. And then I got the double dip because I got the fried chicken. Let's ring it in 3, 2, and 1. And I don't care what Joe says. That was delicious, the fried chicken. Each their own.
Yeah, okay. No, Joe's not questioning the flavor of the fried chicken. It's the after effects. Okay, so hopefully your stomach will be fine tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be in tomorrow.
My stomach is just fine.
Good. Yeah, but you just had a nibble of the fried chicken.
Yeah, but we had a full lunch.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So you might not have the same sort of
couldn't
effect.
eat all of it. I mean, even I couldn't eat all of it.
Yeah, well, good. I hope obviously your daughter's feeling well, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Right there. Yeah, she'll be fine. Come on, man. All right.
Not, like, whatever. Like they have a rule. Like if you have a fever, if you throw up, you're not allowed to.
There's some. Yeah, I know.
They have one of the, it's like you're not allowed to.
That's kind of
Although
whack.
when we were kids, that ish didn't matter.
Come on, man.
Like,
when we're kids, they're encouraging you to bring peanut butter and jam to school, all that kind of stuff. My kid actually went on a rant. My 13-year-old was like, "Oh, now I can't have sesame seeds. Like I can't have because when we have burgers, sometimes we have some left over, and I get the sesame burger. And there's a kid in the school. No, there's a kid in the school that's allergic to sesame. Yeah, well, I mean, nut allergies and sesame. Yeah, so and apparently they share like a cafeteria, so they just can't do it. So my kid he understands it. He just went on a rant because the only bun we had was a sesame seed bun, so he couldn't take a burger to school that day without the bun. So Broadcom's not out yet. Lululemon, I'm not seeing any movement in that. That's not out yet. In Costco right now, guess what? Not out yet. So 401. If anything hits in the next couple of seconds, that would be great. But hey, look, a big thank you to everybody that joined us today. I mean, I thought we had an absolutely fantastic after show there. And I think we'll just continue to have great shows. Thanks, Sia, in the back. Thanks, Adara. Adara, make sure you enjoy yourself. Obviously, have a great vacation. Get some R&R there, and we'll hold the fort. It'll be tough, but we'll get the news. We'll get the news very, very soon. But okay, so thank you to everybody. The market is open tomorrow at 9:30, but we are live at 8 o'clock. So make sure you join us tomorrow at 8 a.m. Different time, man. Same place, same everything, but same bat channel, different bat time.
New board.
This time around. Great new, that's what we're talking about.
Now we have the
Didn't
logo.
we say that before, that we wanted the logo in the middle?
Like
that
we
looks
should probably show off our own logo.
absolutely fantastic right there. There we go. That's the kind of board we're talking about. So, yeah, thanks again to Jeff.
There's Sia.
There she is. Where is she?
Okay, stay on camera.
Where is she?
We're shouting you out.
Over my left shoulder.
There you go. Shout out to Sia, kicking butt.
Oh, gosh.
And filling in now. Tomorrow you get more.
Look at this.
Sia when Adara's on.
Who said she was shy? Look at this.
Not shy at all.
Now she's just like, put her on camera for like 3 times, and now she's like, that's it. Put the camera on me immediately right there. Thanks, Sia. Great job. Are you filling in for Adara tomorrow? Oh, you don't know? Well, you should probably know. But you should probably know by now. That's like now it's like 12 hours away or whatever.
We should know.
Yeah, I feel like I should know that as well. So, okay, she may or may not be in for Adara tomorrow. We'll find out at some point. The only way for you to find out is to join us tomorrow.
Tune in tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, she just got confirmed there. Yes, she is. So hopefully we didn't wreck any plans that you may have had tomorrow. But she's in there tomorrow. Nothing has reported yet. So all right, best of luck. All right, great job today. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for all of our guests. Always Brendo, Andre, Fabian, Ramin, Sia, Adara, Joe, Sharif, Neil, everybody. Thank you so much. And most importantly, thank you to everybody for watching us. We're back tomorrow. I hope you can join us. For now, that's Trader TV Live. Ciao till tomorrow, 8 a.m.